Y'all guys hear me? Just a sec. I'm trying to get this shit ready. Good to go. God damn it. All right, we good. We good. What's up, boys? How y'all doing? I just got back from the store. Had to get myself a little bit of a drink, and we back in it, back on it, ready to go again, man. The roaches are assembling. I've seen, bro, it's up to over 7,000 people now. Like, that Twitter community is going ape shit. Let me see if I can find it real quick, and I'll show you guys what's going on with this. It's been a lot of fucking people, man. Oh, wow. Wait, no, never mind. 8.5K. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. That's a lot. It's all boring boomer posts. Somebody messaged me, and they said, Asmon, there's somebody that posted a picture of Hitler on the fucking community. I was like, shut him down. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. My favorite one is that when we played Twitcher Terrorist, when everybody was spamming WOG when Osama bin Laden came up. Like, that to me, that was so fucking funny. Surprised you didn't like it? Yeah, I guess not, man. And that's when bin Laden's hilarious. Yeah, it was funny, man. There are 85K you don't see. That's the nature of the roaches. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're all on the YouTube comment section complaining and arguing about, you know, why, like, if I'm an asset of, like, the Jewish overlords or something. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. Have you seen an AI post of you as him? Yes, I did see that. I thought it was fucking hilarious. So, yeah. Anyone know if I'm doing anything with the Ashes Alpha? Yes. Next weekend, this weekend coming up, we are going to play Asses of Creation. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to go all the way with it. We're going to try to have a lot of fun. And that's what my plan is right now. I was going to do it on Sunday, but I thought to myself, well, I don't want to just play it on one day and then have to stop. Like, I wanted to, like, devote a whole weekend to it because I'm just busy, right? Is Tectone reacted to a new gacha game? No, I didn't. Y'all got to link it to me. I'll take a look at it. But I haven't seen it at all, man. AOC? Yeah, that's right. Ant game is out. I saw that. I actually talked to the people that are doing. I'm not gonna have time to play it today. I won't be able to play it today because I'm like, I got other shit I gotta do today. But I will be playing it probably in a few days. That's what the plan is. I'll probably be playing it in a few days. 48-hour stream? Absolutely not. My plan is that tomorrow's gonna be a really, really, really big day, right? Tomorrow is election day. I cannot fucking wait. I think tomorrow is going to go absolutely fucking insane. So yeah, looking much more relaxed and happy. I'm totally chill, man. Everything's fine. Everything's good. I went to bed kind of late last night. I didn't go to bed till like almost 5 in the morning. But otherwise, you know, we're back in it, back on it, and that's it. So yeah, short stream today? Probably, yeah, I would say so. Not as short as usual, but we'll cover some stuff. What's your schedule for tomorrow? So for tomorrow, for the election stuff, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go live, and we're going to do the election stuff. Like, that's it. Like, tomorrow is the fucking presidential election. And so I'm going to try to cover everything then. I'm excited for it, man. And who do you think is going to win? I think Trump is going to win. I feel pretty strongly about that. Now, could I see somebody who was, like, could I see Kamala winning? Absolutely. I could easily see this happening. I don't think it will happen, but I could see it happen. What happens tomorrow? Non-U.S. Yeah, National Guard is activated in D.C. for Election Day. Good. You got to protect and make sure that there's not any unrest. I think that's good, man. Absolutely. Need to get partnered before then so we can run predictions. Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully Trump. I think that, I mean, here's the thing, is that for me, it would I think it would be better for me if Trump won, right? Because, like, if Trump won, like, I think that people that make a lot of money get tax cuts. So, like, that would actually be a W for me. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, like, the way I look at it is that I don't really have, like, a very strong opinion about either one of them. I don't really like either one of them. But, you know, if Trump wins, it'll be good for my taxes, yeah. We all do. No federal tax. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You see Fuzi circling the drain again. He's manic as fuck. Yeah, I feel bad for that guy, honestly. I think that it's, you know, Fuzi is a person who's, it's very obvious that he's very deeply disturbed and there's something wrong with him. I feel like FuziTube is an example of, and I have absolutely no basis for this. I'm totally making this up. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But Fuzi strikes me as the kind of person who had some form of like a drug-induced like psychosis, and it permanently altered like their brain chemistry. I think that's what happened with a guy like that. Because every time I see this guy or hear anything about him, he's always acting totally manic, like a total, like he's bipolar. Yeah, maybe, right? But I think that like some people do drugs or they do certain kinds of drugs, and then like those drugs dial up that part of their personality to 11, right? Like they basically take them, like this is a person that could barely keep it under control, and then they did these drugs and it took them out of control, right? Like that's what happened. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to like be a fucking doctor here. It's just like I've seen that happen with other people, and like he kind of strikes me like that, but I don't really know. You see FCC coming down on SNL for breaking rule about having Kamala on day before election, not allowing Trump equal airtime. No, I didn't see that at all. I'd have to take a look at it. So yeah, some ballots have a little dot in Kamala's box that voids the vote if you vote for anyone else. No, I didn't see that at all. But basically, like, there's been a lot of people, like, it's been really funny for me to see, like, how many of you guys have, like, been on Twitter and you've seen people posting, like, screenshots, or not, well, Jesus Christ. Pictures of their fucking ballots. Like I've been seeing this constantly. Yeah, lots. And it's like I feel like anybody who's posting a picture of their ballot is just asking to get bullied, right? Because like there's always some way that you're wrong for how you're voting. Like if you're voting for like Trump, you know, like, okay, well, you want to make women sex slaves. If you're voting for Kamala Harris, okay, well, you want, you know, like genocide. If you're voting for Jill Stein, you like, it's just every single person you're voting for. I've never seen a person post their ballot and not get absolutely fucking eaten alive. And I think that's what's really funny about it. It's like, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. People are going to lose their fucking mind. So that's it. It's a pride thing? Yeah, I think so. And they get glazed on Reddit? I don't know if they do. I haven't seen them getting glazed on Reddit. Have you seen the video of the voting ballot being burned down? Yeah, I think that somebody needs to go to jail for that. That's really bad. Like, burning down ballot boxes? That's like, I mean, it doesn't get more un-American than that. So yeah, hopefully somebody gets charged and put to jail. Is a Republican, by the way? I mean, I'm not a score counter, am I? Like, I'm not trying to count score. Oh, Republican did this, Democrat did this. No, bro, like, you burn down a ballot box, you go to jail. I don't care who you are. Like, who cares what party they're from? Yeah, should go to jail. It's not even complicated. What is this? Yeah. They have fire suppressants in the boxes? Well, apparently somebody didn't do their job then, huh? Have you seen IGN's review of the new Mario game? I heard about it. Let me see if I can watch this. IGN, so my remembrance is that I only saw, this is fucking hair in my mouth. I only saw this very, very, like, what do you call it? I only saw this very briefly. IGN. Let me see if I can find the video of... Yeah, this is the video that people were mad. Luigi takes the L. Yeah, so people are mad about this. Let me see. I'm just going to read the comments real quick and see if there's anything interesting to look at. Clearly, IGN saw that water and got sick. Uh-oh, IGN is being IGN again. IGN criticized the game. Uh-oh, negative for some reason. Yeah, I'll probably watch this. Because the reason why is that I think IGN does, like, a lot of stupid things, but I also think that they don't always do stupid things. And so it's like, if I'm not covering it, maybe it won't be covered in the way that I think it should be, you know? Those are very good reasons to make taking pictures of your vote illegal. There are very good reasons to make taking pictures of your vote illegal. Really? Like what? I don't really see that being a problem. Why? Give me a second, sorry. Yeah, why is that? Yeah, because it's the law. I mean, well, who cares? I mean, why is it the law, right? Why is it? To prevent blackmail? Oh, well, I mean, what do you mean? So, like, it should be against the law to do something because it makes it easier for somebody to commit a crime? That's like saying it should be against the law to leave your car unlocked. I don't think that makes a lot of sense at all. What do you mean? Might affect outcomes? Well, doesn't everybody have their freedom of speech to try to influence and detect and affect outcomes? Doesn't everybody have a right to exercise their own First Amendment to, try to affect the outcome of an election? I think that's very fair. Yeah, I don't know. I can be paid for my vote? Yeah, a lot of people can be. It happens all the time. How's Roach Ranch doing? It might hit 10,000 followers today. So it's been crazy. Here it's against the law taking pictures of it since it promotes selling votes, and they use it to have proof that they got paid. So it's proof that you got paid for selling votes. No, I still don't agree with it. I think that's a very good argument, but I still don't agree. That one took me a minute because I had to think it's stupid. It is stupid. Basically, you're saying that, like, you want to suppress a person's First Amendment right to express who they voted for and show who they voted for because you're worried that that person might actually commit a crime. That's like Minority Report, right? No, I don't agree with that at all. Absolutely not. So, yeah, completely misses the necessary and sufficient conditions. Yeah, I think so too. But anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on, etc. Need to leave the phone or sticker on the camera where I live? Really? Yeah, I don't even know that. You could disagree, but it has happened. Sure, I'm just disagreeing, that's all. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow is going to be the election. I think that... I'm actually kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I don't think this election is going to be as contentious as the last one. I know that a lot of people are trying to make it out like it's really, really bad. I feel like with COVID last time around... like, the election was, like, crazy hostile. Everybody was super mad about it. But this one, I feel like, it seems like it's just kind of a, like, definitely, like, a high-tension election, but nothing that's, like, insane. The entire world is changing tomorrow? I really don't think so. I feel like, as a president, you have a certain amount of power, but it's not like the president is, like, the dictator of the country. And, that's just how it is. So I wouldn't expect to see things completely change at all. But we'll see what happens. Twitter didn't exist back then, so information suppression was easier. Twitter didn't exist in 2020. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. That's... or in 2016, it didn't exist at all. Wow. I remember Obama putting out fucking hashtag tweets in 2012, man. It's been around for a really long time. How long will the election coverage be? I'm planning on streaming for probably 9 to 12 hours, depending. So what I assume is going to happen is that, like, the election, it's going to immediately probably pop off, and, like, a lot of people are going to be, like, talking about it all day. But usually, I think things kind of wrap up around, like, 10 to 11 p.m. my time, right? Because at that point, most of the districts have their voting in. Everything's basically said and done. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. And yeah, stream the ending. Yeah, of course, huh? Tensions are way higher now? I don't think so. I think tensions were way higher in 2020. That's my personal opinion, right? You probably meant X and not Twitter. Oh, right. You need the sub button for tomorrow's stream? I really do. I've been such a lazy piece of shit not getting my sub button. Like, I really, really do need to do that. Justice for Peanut and Fred? Yeah, if you want to vote for Peanut and Fred, you have to vote for Donald J. Trump. That's just the way it is. I read that. I watched that on one of, apparently, Donald Trump's campaigns. That's what he said. Or it's what J.D. Vance said. Thoughts on about not using the political tag so we don't get ads? Wait, that's actually so fucking based. I could use the political and sensitive content tag tomorrow so you guys don't get as many ads. I'm gonna fucking do that. Yeah. Because, like, I haven't filled out the paperwork yet. So it's like, okay, well, I might as well fucking do this. Yeah, based. Yeah, let's do that. Sounds great. As I said, like, I love money. I love ad revenue, everything like that. Right now, if you see an ad on my channel, like, this is my genuine advice for you guys that are wanting to subscribe to my channel. If you want to support the content and I get the sub button, great, thanks. But I think you should just buy Turbo. Turbo lets you watch everybody ad-free, and the only thing you don't get are a few stupid little pictures in chat. That's what I think you should. I think you should just buy Turbo. Like, I mean, that's really what I would say. Now, it's not in my best interest to say that, but, you know, I'm lucky enough to not have to worry about that all the time, you know? So, can you use your Prime for Turbo? No, you can't. And does Prime still remove ads? Because I'm pretty sure they nerfed that like 4 years ago. Is that true or not? I want to see. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I thought they got rid of that too. That's what I was thinking. Did you finish cleaning your house? Yesterday, I got a bunch of other garbage out of the house. I'm gonna have to take like probably 2 or 3 weeks and put it on cooldown because there's just so much garbage in the house. I cannot rearrange things in a house that makes sense. And so what I'm gonna do is that I'm probably going to get some form of a truck or a dumpster, have it parked in my driveway, and then take everything from my garage and put it in that dumpster. Because like my dad's telling me, he's like, you've got a new fucking car, you've got to put that fucking thing in the garage. Why the fuck do you have a bunch of wood in the garage, but your, you know, $50,000, $60,000 car is sitting in the fucking driveway? And he brings up a very good point, to be fair. And so, yes, I'm probably going to do that soon. Just use AdBlock like an adult. Is that right? And yeah, rent a bin, and they'll come and pick it up in a week. Best method for sure. Yeah, I'll probably try and do that. I just don't know yet. But borrow Trump's garbage truck. Oh man. Yeah, that'd be good. Getting the clutter out of your physical space helps clear the clutter out of your mental space. Having a bunch of stuff everywhere is annoying to me, and it takes up a lot of space. Like if I look in my room right now, I have cleaned up this room a little bit, right? But for the most part, it's probably the messiest room in the house besides my garage. And so there's a lot of just like random stuff. Like for example, like I've got this is like a box of like a keyboard that I bought. This is my new, I bought this keyboard at Best Buy. It seems like it's been pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. Even though it was expensive, I think it was like $200. And then we only had one of them. And then Jeff convinced me, I think I bought Cody like another like expensive keyboard too. Like, cause we just went there. Like, I don't really spend money, but like I had a couple of friends that were with me and they were like, yeah, can you get us some stuff? I was like, yeah, sure. Fucking Jeff goes and he's like, can you get me a new Xbox controller? I'm like, yeah, sure, right? And so he manages to find an Xbox controller that is $179. And I'm like, is that a good one? He says, yeah, it's a good one. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, now I guess now you've got this. And the Elite one, yeah, I didn't even know controllers could be that expensive. Yeah, Tom Forey, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, no, it's not a big deal for me, right? I mean, obviously, it's like fucking like what, a few $100s, like who cares? So yeah, what happened to your Mustang? We got rid of it. This is how bad my Mustang was in terms of like the value of the car. The dealership totaled the car because one of the mirrors was broken. That was the difference between them trying to resell the car and just using it for parts. My insurance went from $86 every 6 months to like $2,000 every 6 months or something like that. Like it was insane. Like Geico was basically paying me to they were basically paying me to do this. Yeah, what a waste. Yeah, I guess so. The wholesale of the car, I guess so. Yeah, they were basically paying me to have car insurance at that point and find new insurance. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just got, I have no idea. I'm not sure. I have 2 cars. It's $4,000 in Georgia. $200 might sound very expensive, brother, but in Australia, the same keyboard costs $439. I don't understand the logic behind that price tag. Well, you guys, that's kangaroo money. Like, I mean, it's not real money. So, like, I mean, $439, whereas this is Monopoly money, Canadian money, Australian money. Like, who knows what that is? I mean, for all I know, it could be like the American equivalent of $3. So, yeah, who knows? 1.5 Australian is like $1 USD. Yeah, like basically like Canada is like 1.2 and Australia is like 1.5. I feel like whenever I look at a lot of like price differentials, it's because of that. I don't know why or how that is. I mean, I'm joking around, right? I actually really don't know why, but yeah. Canada's 139. Really? Wow. That's incredible. I didn't know that. Wasn't your Mustang a 2001? Yeah, it was a great car. I had it for 20 years, you know? And I ended up getting rid of it, you know, because it's just like basically the car started having like internal engine block trouble. And at that point, like getting the car fixed would have been basically the price of just buying another used car. So I just decided to get an entirely new car. Yeah, so that's what happened. And it was sad, right? It was, because it was, you know, I had this car for a very, very long time. I actually learned how to drive in that car. And so it was like, that was like my car. And, oh, fuck. Hello? I'm gonna put you on. You're on.
Okay, let's get this straight. I bought the car in 2003, and it was in cherry fucking condition. When I gave it to you, it still had, and I gave it to you, I don't know, what, about 6, 7, 8 years ago, whenever I got the
Challenger, yeah.
And so you've had it for about 6 years. I had it up until from 2003 up till I gave it to you. So that was, I don't know, probably 15 years. And I told you at the time, I would have given you that car when you were 19, 18. But you trash your fucking cars every time. I get in the car and I'm fucking knee deep in drink cups and shit, and it smells like a fucking garbage dump. And so I said, I'm not going to give you my nice car, my convertible, because we had rented one in Florida just like it, and we loved driving around the convertible. So I figured, what the fuck? If one of my T-Bird goes, I'll get that. And I totaled my T-Bird, so I got myself the Mustang. Had 5K miles on it for 2 years, been undercover. And when I sold it, the week before I sold it, I was over at HEB and people were complimenting me on that fucking car. How great it looked. And by the time you got done with it, the reason it started having internal engine problems is you wouldn't take it down to get the oil changed. And I don't know, there was something else going on with me. And so for a change, I wasn't able to take it in, and you burned out a bearing inside the fucking engine. And I thought it was just the damn serpentine belt squeaking again. But no, and of course rebuilding or getting another engine block is out of the question for an '01 car. And I put a couple of dings on it, yeah, but you know, that's what bumpers are for. And that's what happened to that car. And then did you tell him when you went down to look at the Mercedes, you wouldn't even drive it the first time? And we had to go, for my birthday, we went out looking for your car.
No, we didn't. We did other stuff too after that. You said you wanted to do that.
I did. Anything.
All right.
Before the fucking car burned out again because you kept having to borrow my Challenger to go up north.
Okay.
So,
all right.
No, just hold it a minute. You get your say, I get mine. And so that's the story on that. And so we go around, we look at you rule out, BMWs or something that you just didn't like them. And so we went around and we looked at different cars, and you didn't see any you liked. And so he said, well, I kind of like that Mustang, or that Mercedes. So we went back down to the Mercedes dealer. You finally drove it, and you got this totally old man car, 4-door sedan, but it's a nice car. But I mean, I wouldn't have anything but a coupe with big engine, So except for that Mustang, that was convertible. Mm-hmm. So that's what the story is with a car, and the car costs more than $50,000. Especially since I made you, for sure, I made sure that dealer guy gave you the 4-year maintenance program so that you wouldn't burn up another engine in it. So that's the story of the fucking car.
How much garbage is in the car right now?
It looks good now.
And you've never been in my car, the new one, and has there ever been garbage and drinks in the car?
Well, no, it's about fucking time you grew the fuck up enough to clean up your own damn car. I used to get in there and have to clean it myself, just like I had to go over there and wash your mother's dishes. Holy shit.
Okay. All right.
So,
How about that?
how about that?
Okay. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later.
All right, yeah, well, I just want to get that straightened out.
Well, I'm sure everybody really appreciates that.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, a little history lesson there.
All right. Yo. Bye.
Yo, pal. Bye-bye.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That's crazy. Man, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what happened, yeah. Okay. Man. Great. Yeah. All right. Stretch here. What's this? Styrofoam cups and to use a gas tank? No, I've been trying to take care of it. I've actually, like, I've unironically been trying to take care of the car and, like, make sure it doesn't get fucked up. And so that's happened so far. Like, I took it down recently. I got the license plates for my car and everything. I've been a very good boy, okay? So, yeah. Absolutely. Drive Mercedes now? I do. I actually couldn't buy the Mercedes. This is fucking, this is real bad. And so I go there and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this thing in cash. And it's like, okay, they're like, all right, yeah, fine. Like, one guy was like, yeah, I recognize you from YouTube. Like, that's cool. And so, like, we talked about that a little bit. Everything was fine. The gotcha story. So, it wasn't going through. And I was like, why is it not going through? And I called and I got the balance on my account. And I was down by like $1,000. It was like $1,500. It was between like $1,000 and $3,000. And it was because I got E6 Acheron and Honkai Star Rail 2 days before that. And that made the difference between me being able to buy the car and not. Yep. And so I didn't really know what to say about this, right? Acheron's right. No, it was she's a really good character, right? One of the best characters. So yeah, how embarrassing. Very, and I didn't really want to explain why this happened, but you know, I was like, okay, yeah, let's just go and move on, right? And yeah, she got power crept, really? Wow, a gotcha character that got power crept. Who would have guessed? What a fucking shock. When does that ever happen? What are your thoughts on Blizzard stealing your transmog and mount off for 20th anniversary? I think that they're finally doing what they should always be doing. Stealing my ideas and doing that. That's the best idea. Yeah, hello? Right. All right, okay, go ahead. You can finish the story.
I paid for the rest of the car.
And, okay, but just for the record, I gave you the money back. I borrowed the money from you, and and then I had the guy put the money back in your. Okay, so it's not like. Yeah. Okay, all right, good.
Like I gave it to you.
Yeah.
I said I loan you the car.
Yeah.
Give the money for the car because you go there and you aren't even ready to buy the car.
Well, I didn't expect it. I didn't think it was going to be that much. Okay.
I told you, but
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thanks. All right. Yo.
All right.
Bye.
I want to clarify where that money came from. All right.
For sure. All right. Yo.
Yo. Bye-bye.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. And why'd you leave? I got distracted. That's all. And so yeah, that's basically it. Okay. And yeah, let's see here. What is this here? Sounds all that. Okay. Let's see. So I will go through and I'll look at some of this other stuff. But yeah, I do really like I do like the new car. It's good. Will America go down tomorrow? I actually think that. I feel like after the election tomorrow, this is the way I'm going to feel, is that I'm going to feel a tremendous sense of relief. Because I do feel like this election is probably going to be the last election. I didn't have this viewpoint until the vice presidential debate. And I actually think that this election will probably be the last election where, like, a lot of really crazy, stupid shit happens. I do think that people have begun to get fatigued from that, from, like, both and all sides. I think, honestly, like, next time around, the reason Trump can get away with it is because he's, like, well-known, and it's, like, it's funny. But I don't see somebody coming in and doing what Trump does. You see what I'm saying? Hopeful thinking? I do. I think that it is hopeful thinking, but after seeing the vice presidential debate, I think that there is a huge contingency of disaffected voters that are tired of politics being turned into professional wrestling. And while, yes, I think it will always be a voting block, I think that after Trump for, what has it been, like 8, potentially 12 years, I think there's been a growing sense of just fatigue. Straight up fucking fatigue. Florida government tried to be Trump 2.0 and he got clowned on. Yeah, well, he's too short, so there you go. Wait until influencers start running for office. Influencers running for office isn't really that much crazier than movie stars like Ronald Reagan running for office. So I could easily see something like that happen. But I do think that a lot of people are just straight up fatigued. They're tired of the, you know, emotionally elevated rhetoric. They're tired of personal attacks. And I think that it will always be, as I said, popular. And it will always be like, these will always be the moments that are the most interesting for viewers. But I don't think somebody's going to be able to come in and replace Trump and do that the same way that he used to do everything else, right? Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger too. Yeah, good point. So that's the way I see it. And interesting, Brighter Shores becomes available for play the day after the election. That's funny. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. But I do have to admit, though, it is a little bit of hopeful thinking. And I didn't realize how bad it had gotten until I watched the vice presidential debate. And it was like, wow, so this is the way it used to be. And it's like, man, things have really gotten stupid, huh? And I feel like a lot of people feel that way. But many, many people feel that way. Don't forget Jesse Ventura. True. Very good point. I think governor of Minnesota. And so what's this? Old BioWare used heroic proportions with characters being about 9 heads tall, allowing enlarged chests and lengthened legs to give them more of a Greek god physique. New BioWare uses a stumpy proportion of 7.5 heads tall. Most artists don't use this as it is visually unappealing. Is this actually true? I don't even know that. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, now that I think about it with BioWare, yeah, the characters' heads are a little bit too big. No matter what scars you bear, no matter what uniform you wear, you can fight like a Krogan, run like a leopard, but you'll never be better than Captain Shepard. I don't know what... I guess this is Mass Effect, right? I'm pretty sure. Diablo 2 Remake, Blizzard refused to give Barbarian his trademark Mr. Olympia figure and gave him a rather beer everyday one. I don't know if that really happened or not. I'd have to go back and look again. The old way is the classic comic book style. Yeah, I guess so, right? Because, like, people want to look like somebody who looks cool. Like, imagine that. Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, every BioWare character should be related to Shepard. Yeah, I've never played a single Mass Effect game. They were just never the kinds of games that I got interested in. The mod note says that they are also joining the band parade. What do you mean, racist? So, this comment right here... 21,000 updates. You know what's crazy to me about this? Is that something like this happens twice a week. Like, there is some viral post about something that happens, like, involving me twice a week. I don't know how. Like, I mean, I guess it's because, I mean, I'm streaming a lot, right? So, like, there's just a lot of chances to be able to fuck things up. But, yeah. This is the capital G Gamer. And so we are adding his subreddit to our auto ban list. Wow. Reddit consolidates its racism. This is disgusting, guys. I can't believe it. Yeah, free ad? I guess so. Nothing was lost. I don't know what to say about this. It's insane. But yeah, it's also not that big of a surprise. There's a propaganda machine after you. You're being targeted. I am being targeted. There's a lot of people that are very angry about things that I do or say or anything like that. I don't really find this to be like a big issue. I don't really care about this a lot, but it is true that there's a lot of people that are constantly trying to like get me in trouble, get mad at me, everything like that. It's extremely common. They've missed you due to a suspension, so they're trying to catch up on the backlog. Exactly. And so mostly because you say provocative things. I know. I'm not, guys, I'm not a victim here, okay? Like, I post stuff like this to troll. Like, I'm trolling, I'm posting it for a reaction. So, like, am I really gonna go and be like, oh my god, I can't believe people are reacting to the thing that I posted for a reaction? Like, of course I fucking know this is gonna happen. That was the point of doing it. But, like, it's still funny to see the way that people take it that seriously. You know, it works every time. It does. Why do you bait? I just thought it was funny. Like, and yeah, it's straight up. Like, it actually really isn't more complicated than that. I thought it was funny, and so I did it. Yeah, that was about it. But yeah, this group of people does really like to get upset, and they like to get mad. It's really kind of funny to see it happen. People can react, and yet they can be civilized. Yeah, of course. Your editor went hard on a schizo Reddit user. Which one? Yeah, there's that doesn't really narrow it down, does it? Take a look here. I can't do this video on your Quips channel. The editor nailed the whole situation. Yeah, I'll look at it. I got banned from Gaming Circle Jerk because I said, may I ask what J.K. Rowling said that was transphobic, and I got perma'd. You can never trust any community, and you can never trust a platform where you can just get, like, you can have your opinion deleted, right? That's why if you really want to know what people think, you want to go to, like, an unmoderated YouTube comment section. You want to go to Twitter. Because the problem with Reddit and a lot of other websites is that they're so explicitly curated in order 4chan. Well, yeah, but like 4chan, there's not really a lot of voting on 4chan. There's not like likes, so it's hard to know like what really is the majority opinion. But 4chan is great too, I think so. But anyway, what I think happens is that a lot of people see Reddits and they see like a Reddit that's very popular that has like a certain viewpoint, and they think that because this viewpoint is popular, it's the correct viewpoint. And what ends up happening is that it creates basically like, you know, people just want to follow the herd. They don't want to go off the, you know, off the rails and get in trouble. And so what happens in a lot of these cases is they're like trying to copy what's being said already so they don't end up getting themselves in trouble or getting people mad at them. And I think that happens more than anything nowadays. Yeah, echo chambers. Yeah. Reddit is a terrible echo chamber. So I don't really ever take this stuff seriously. If you want to know what people think, you want to go to Twitter and figure it out based off of there, you know? Because that's... And also, like, if you have people that are... And also, like, my Twitch chat is no exception to this. Like, we do ban people for having certain opinions on this Twitch chat because maybe I just don't like those opinions, or I think that they're bad for, like, my channel because it could get me in trouble. So, yeah. What is this? Wait, did the time machine work? What year is it? Anyone have what year? New release Skyrim. What year is it? Yeah, exactly. By the way, that was me, not you. Sorry, guys. And his actual commercial for Black Ops 6. Okay.
Really good.
Where's Dad?
He's off playing Black Ops 6. So I'm your daddy now.
Hello, Daddy.
I like that.
How do you like my meatloaf?
So juicy.
Man.
I'm glad you noticed.
Boys, go to your room.
Yeah, boys. Listen to Daddy.
I love when you say listen to Daddy.
This is an actual... They made this as a commercial? What the fuck? Yeah, this can't be real. I honestly think that this is like... Call of Duty should lean into the more unhinged, like, non-PC stuff like this. Like, obviously, this one, like, I think it could have been a lot better, but I'll always like somebody for trying a cringe chance, or trying something that's cringe, rather than going with something that's safe. And so, yeah, I think hopefully they do more of these. The actor's amazing, too. Yeah, it's smart marketing, exactly. What's this here? They sponsor Joe Rogan's podcast. That's fucking hilarious. The Ultimate Swordsman. Leto is the ultimate martial artist, cutting only the underwear. It was also received by women. Wait, what? Okay. It's so fucking... So fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Who posts this? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Well, you get banned for using bad language in endgame chat. Yeah, I think it's stupid too. When you ask Asmon why his room isn't done yet, and he isn't continue after the ban, what is this?
Why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
That's normal. Like, what the yes! The entire fucking living room is garbage bags. I don't have room to move everything. Like, everything else. Listen, you guys have no fucking idea how annoying it was stalling. I'm not stalling. Honestly, I'm really not. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I actually don't know what to do yet because, like, I don't have enough space to move things around in order to, like, accurately clean everything. And then, like, another really big component, here's a huge factor. I have so many P.O. Box things, I need to do a P.O. Box stream. I think we're probably going to do that at the start of next week, like, probably on Tuesday next week. Yeah, probably on Tuesday next week we'll do it. Because that way, you know, I'll be, and also, like, I will have to go through so many of these boxes. It's going to be absolutely fucking insane. So, yeah, it's, and then after I do that, I will be able to get rid of, like, everything else. And then, you know, like, it'll be easier for me to sort and organize everything. Tuesday, more Feastables. Oh, boy. When Capcom gives you a taste of Monster Hunter Wilds, then rips it away. No, stay with me. Open beta test, don't leave me. I played it a little bit, man. It was really fun. Like, I didn't even put in a huge amount of hours into the beta test, but I did really enjoy it. I thought it was super fucking fun. It was important you had priority. You've done it already? No, I did get all of the, like, really bad, dirty stuff. BioWare's moving on to Mass Effect 5. I actually think BioWare is making a mistake by not building out Veilguard more. I think that Veilguard, whenever I heard this, a lot of things in the game made sense to me. It's weird to me that you're going to build a game and then immediately move on to a completely new game rather than just make new content for the base game. Because, like, maybe this is just me and I'm, like, just expressing my ignorance in game development, but I feel like it's easier to make more content for a game that you already have basically everything it's, like, structured for than make an entirely new game. And I feel like if you did that with, like, I don't know, any of these games with DLC, it would be way better, right? Because, like, I don't think Veilguard was awful, but I just don't think it's not game of the year. It's just like your generic, like, you know, B grade fantasy, like, you know, fantasy video game, right? Like, that's generally the way I see it. It's not anything that people are going to remember in, like, 5 years, but it was decent. They probably lost so much money, so it's not financially viable. Yeah, but, like, if you lost so much and that's the thing, right? So, like, I think about it from that perspective. So they've lost so much money, so it's not financially viable anymore. Okay, well, let's think about that. So a lot of that money is the fixed cost of building the foundation of the game. So wouldn't you want to scale up that variable cost more because you've already paid for that fixed cost for making the game and, like, the foundation of it? Because, like, that's what makes sense to me logically, but, like, I don't know what their financials look like. Might not be profitable. Yeah, I mean, maybe they think that they're just not going to be able to make any money for it. But I also think that they probably already made this decision before the game got released. Because it's not like within a few days of the game releasing, they make a decision that's going to completely alter the direction of the entire game. And I think that with almost every single, like, for example, like, look at, like, Space Marine 2. When Space Marine 2 got released, they released it with a roadmap. When, like, Monster Hunter Worlds got released, I think that, like, they had already had plans to do Iceborne even then. So a lot of games that get released with the expectation there will be DLC in the future, and the game is built with that DLC in mind. Because a lot of these game developers, right, they're making games 10 years in advance, and, like, they're planning games 10 years in advance. So it's like, you really think that they changed their 10-year plan in 3 days? Probably not. You know, unless it's something that's, like, crazy like Concord, then I don't think that's what happened. Maybe they have fixed size royalty to DEI advisors? I don't think that's what's happening, man. As funny as that would be, I really don't think that's what's happening. What's happening? But you have to bring new players, and new players are harder to convince to buy an existing game and then DLC for. Yeah, I think that you're right, that maybe it's because the game really isn't that popular in terms of, like, you know, bringing in a lot of new players. But who knows? Mass Effect 4, I liked Andromeda for its gameplay, but it's in no way a mainline title. I have not played any Mass Effect game ever. I have no idea. The Giga Chad in Monster Hunter Wilds. I saw this guy yesterday. This was so fucking funny. I love the character creators and the way that people can be creative with them. I think they are amazing. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma DLC win. That's one thing I've been wondering about myself. I wonder if that's even going to happen. But yeah, this was really fucking cool. There was at least a guy that did this in my game too, and in my lobby. Asmongold's editor pulling the receipts for his #1 hate watcher. I woke up this morning, and so the first thing I did when I woke up is I made this tweet. There was an article. This is what's so crazy about me nowadays, right? You get people writing articles about me getting banned on a subreddit. I said that apparently, because my whole community got permanently banned on the Dragon Age subreddit. Racism. And then I said apparently the moderators over there believe my subreddit has an inferior culture which justifies banning all of this, disgusting the level of racism that you can get away with on Reddit nowadays. And so I'm sitting here reading a lot of the comments, and these people are like actually so fucking mad. People actually thought that I thought that the Dragon Age subreddit was being racist. How do you do this? What are you doing?
Guys, hold on to your butts. I'm about to take you on an adventure. Now, you're probably thinking it's just a bunch of trolls not getting the obvious joke. Well,
yeah,
let me present to you one of the finest places on the internet, r/YouTube drama.
But editor, why would we care about some niche community talking shit?
Yeah.
Well, let me show you. See this name? Rings any bells?
Excalibur Umbra Re? What is...
Probably not. Well, for the last year, this person has been creating about 90% of the Asmongold hate threads on Reddit and absolutely stalking his every move. Here's a quick show reel.
Oh my...
And believe me, these are only a fraction of the threads he created.
What? Who is this guy? Check his chat logs? Okay, user Excalibur Umbra Re, R-E-E-E. No user matching that login. This is my #1 hater. Do you want to know what's really sad? Is that it's probably not. Oh my god.
Just in the last year. I couldn't...
This was all... Wait. 2 hours ago? Wait. Where? 6 months ago? 3 months ago? 25 days ago? 4 months ago? 2 hours ago? 3 months ago? 6 months ago? 6 months ago again? Oh my god. So this is all... He did all of this. He's speedrunning. This is amazing.
And believe me, these are only a fraction of the threads he created just in the last year. I couldn't stomach digging deeper into his account. Why, you might ask? Well, let me show...
1 million... Oh, now I know why he's doing it. Bro, when am I getting royalties for this? Like, I feel like I should get half. Is this the way people feel when I react to their videos? He got 1 million fucking karma, and all he's doing is posting screenshots of me.
Show you what's going on inside the head of this individual.
But editor, why are all the previews of his Reddit threads blurred.
Well, you see, about half of this person posts are about lollies and huge footers. Believe me, the first time I noticed this serial
Putting a ring on Implacable's toe? Wife bonding with her husband? Bonding with their kids? Akira flexing her body? What a selection of sexy sirens. We all love a little head tilting. POV, you got lulled by the goofy-ass mermaid. Groping Kai from behind. Jane Doe, Seth Lowell. My brothers in Christ, just try the game.
About half of this person posts are about lollies and huge footers. Believe me, the first time I noticed this serial stalker, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Fancy her enticing maw? I think Frogan was based for this.
This person is in a constant state of flux, hate and gooning.
I just want to look at this. This is Fleekazoid. This ain't it. Mushimi and her sisters from Mission Yukasa variant. Oh my. Anime art. And it's an NSF. Okay.
Gooning,
Miku.
gooning and hate.
This is...
Eyes. This person is in a constant state of flux, hate and gooning and hate. And when he can't goon, he hates even more. And also, that's 11 pages of Reddit threads that he created. That's about 275.
This is in the last 21 days. All of this was... Oh, wow.
Threads in 3 weeks. Excalibur, I'm begging you on bended knees. Please, for the love of Christ, seek help.
Yeah.
Back to you, Baldy.
Are people retarded now? I think that they're dumb. What's happening? $800 gooning in it. This is...
He create show you what's going.
This is I don't even know what to think about this. Gooning and hating, gooning and hating, gooning and hating, gooning and hating. How does this happen? I feel like, I mean, what if the dude behind the video is the same guy and he's still farming you? It's my editor's alt account just to make content. Yeah, it's a good idea. Your number one hater probably thinks of you while gooning. Wait a minute. There's a 0% chance that that hasn't happened. No, we know that happened. Guaranteed that happened. Absolutely. If he's making this many posts about me. Oh my God. So there's like pretty much, I think there's like a 95% chance that this dude is jerked off while I was on his second monitor. Oh my God. So like, I wonder, so is his post nut clarity? You know, it's like posting about anime girls with dicks or like, you know, like talking about like anime girls' feet. And then like, as soon as he gets done, like his post nut clarity is making a hate thread about me on Reddit. Guys, Talk about terminally online. What the actual hell? Over 200 threads in 3 weeks. 3 weeks is 21 days. So we're looking at 10 to 12 threads per day, not including endless replies. Terminally online seems accurate. I don't think that's enough. I think we need a term that's beyond that. Like, this person is like, this guy's like Neo or something. I don't even know what to say. If I were to make a blind bet, this guy doesn't have a job. Would take would any would take the other side? Yeah, would anybody take the other side of the bet? There's a good chance that he's literally living inside his mom's basement. Look at his post and comment history on Reddit. It's clearly someone who doesn't work or is on benefits. They're basically going between a Coomer and an Asmongold hater. It's scary stuff. Don't forget the Nux Talk to Accession is absolutely obsessed with stalking the guy. Wait, so this guy's not only stalking me, like he's multitasking? Yeah. This guy isn't unemployed. This guy is in ranked unemployed matchmaking. And he's a fucking challenger. This guy is a grandmaster. Yeah, bro, he's ranked. Multi-boxing? This is amazing. Am I to understand joining the Asmon subs gets us a free block on the Dragon Age sub? What a deal. Yeah, I guess so, right? Playing Warframe could send this guy spiraling. Is he a big fan of Warframe? He is? Man. I do have the opportunity to do a really funny thing, don't I? I have the opportunity to do the funniest fucking thing. It's a great game? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure. I'm taking your word for it, but man, this is amazing. Where do people like this come from? I can't even imagine it. And when he can't goon, he hates some more. Excalibur Ree is a disgusting furry, so the answer to why he's doing this is obvious. Asmon thinks full-blown furries are gross. So, I'm gonna give my opinion about furries. I actually don't think being a furry is any grosser or any weirder than other sexual deviancies. Obviously, being a furry is funny, and I think that if you're a furry, you should expect to get made fun of for it. Like, if you're into feet or, like, cucking or something like that. It's like people should be you should expect to get, like, goofed around on this, 100%. However, I am actually not a hater of furries. The only thing I don't like about furries is when they try to use things that are furry adjacent in spaces where minors are present. That is the only thing that I find to be problematic with furries. Everything else I'm totally fine with because it's consenting adults, you know, having sexual relations in a lot of cases with other consenting adults. I don't have a single problem with it. I'm actually not a furry hater. I am a furry, I think it's funny. I definitely think it's funny. But I don't actually hate them. Yeah, the guy's a bot. I'm spamming, but pull me up, please. Do you think it's a bot? I don't know. He posts on niche porn subs to get upvotes for believability to be able to post on all subs. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's a bot or not. I mean, because I feel like he's got a lot of other posts, like in replies and stuff like that, too. He posted in Zenless Zone 0? Yeah, I'd really have to see. It's a tactic? No, I understand what the tactic is, but I'm not sure if that's enough to say that he's a bot yet. Damn, the user is waking up every day, brushes his teeth, eats breakfast, whacks off, and then watches Asmongold to decide what he's going to get mad about and post on Reddit that day. Dude is a more loyal Asmongold fan than most of this sub ever could be. He probably never missed an upload and is the #1 advertiser of his videos. Asmon should probably be paying him. Hey, I think that you're right. You can track his goon sessions to like his asthma and hate thread ratio, dedicating his whole life to a person he hates, and lollies. Oh, don't forget that. Don't forget Nuxtaku, who's absolutely obsessed with them. This is amazing. Redditor tries to understand joke challenge. The age is upon us. The prophecy is made manifest. This is amazing. This is absolute fucking cinema. Oh my god. Get him on a disc. No, I'm not getting him on a Discord. No. We are not getting him on a Discord call. That is not happening. Man, well, I hope, yeah, I don't know about that. You could probably time his gooming sessions from his daily posts. Well, there's probably more than one a day. Like, a person who's posting on this many hentai subreddits, there's not one gooning session a day. There are days inside of gooning sessions, right? It's like the opposite. It's not how many, you know, like over how many days do you do it once? It's how many do you do inside of one day? Just put a delay on him so he can't say slurs. I don't know what the guy is going to say. But, it's just... As I said, gentlemen, these are the types of people who will call the authorities over a pet squirrel multiple times a day. Yep. There you go. Excalibur is the biggest Asmon fan ever. He watches every video. Gooning and hate, hating and gooning. And when he can't goon, he hates some more. Oh my fucking god. What's the name of the X and Twitter group I did? Oh, you know what? I gotta show you guys that. So we do have, let me make sure, we don't want to show this on stream because a lot of you guys have some pretty weird things that you like posting on here. But yes, we do have a Twitter community now. We made it yesterday. It's called Roach Ranch. And I'll go ahead and I'll link it to you guys if you want to go ahead and be part of Roach Ranch. And there you go. God, yeah, I guess so, right? Well, I mean, that's fine with me. I don't care if people want to post that stuff as long as it's not against the TOS. So we might actually hit 10,000 members today. In 2 fucking days, we have almost 10,000 members on Roach Ranch. It's amazing. How come you're not subscribed to your own Clips channel? Because this isn't my account. Like, or sorry, this is just like my browsing account. Like, I don't really look at things through this account like off stream. So that's the real reason. I'm like logged in based off of it. Like if you click on this, it shows my other logins. Let's see here. Might be one of the other reasons why people don't bother going past reading the titles before commenting. This article looks alright, might be interesting. Accept cookies, disable your ad blocker, sign up for our newsletter, allow notifications from the site. Not that interesting. Yeah, true. Anime IRL. I hope that you guys, like, if anybody who here hates anime, does anybody here hate anime? Is anybody based enough to admit that they hate anime? Okay. Watch Freerin. Every cringe, annoying, stupid trope about anime does not exist in Freerin. Watch this show. It is so fucking good. Absolutely. I love this show. I think it is the best show that's... Like, a lot of people really like that show, Dan to Dan. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really, like, form an opinion. But, personally, Freerin is one of the best animes I've watched, and it's probably in my top 10, if not top 5 animes of all time. Yeah, where's it available? It's on Crunchyroll. That's where I watched it myself. So, yeah. Death Note is pretty good, though. I love Death Note. As I said, oh, Nick, yo, what's up, boys? How y'all doing? I'm gonna be honest. I was a little bit mad at Nick. I woke up and I saw he was getting Korean barbecue. I didn't even get invited. I was a little bit upset about that. I would have probably woke up early for that shit. But I would have been, yeah, you don't go out? No, I don't. But for Korean barbecue, I might have, right? That shit is fucking delicious. I love Korean barbecue. But yeah, Nick has been doing so great. Streaming regularly, collabing regularly. Actually, it's crazy. It's actually crazy how easy it is to succeed when you work hard. Imagine that. When you work hard and you take an intelligent, measured approach at how to make content that's appealing to people, you immediately get people that watch you. What? Is that? No, there's got to be a secret. There's got to be something. So yeah, I don't know. It's impromptu. We're supposed to do a cooking stream. Oh, really? Okay, well then I guess that makes a lot more sense. So yeah. And yeah, Mr. Korean barbecue or American barbecue. The best thing about America is you don't have to choose. I love all barbecue. I think it's great. I love Korean barbecue. I love American barbecue. I love Louisiana barbecue. I love, like, you know, Texas barbecue. Bro, like, I don't need to pick or decide. I think it's all great, man. Japanese. I've never had Japanese barbecue, but I'd fucking try it, man. So yeah. And anyway, yeah, thanks, Nick, for the raid. I do want to say though, Frieren, amazing fucking anime. Absolutely would recommend it. Like, it's one of those animes, like, if I have somebody who doesn't like anime, the anime that I tell them to watch is either Berserk, Frieren, or the first season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I feel like one of those three is going to hit for them. The secret is being Soda Poppin's friend? No way. Like, Nick grew his stream a lot, like, way after that. I know everybody likes to, like, everybody likes to compartmentalize success so they can justify why it's okay for them to be posting, like, Excalibur here. But, no, I don't think that's the truth. Obviously, working with other people and collabing with other people helps, but there's tons of people that are friends with popular streamers and they never really experience a big amount of growth. So I think that really, you know, it's just simple scientific analysis. This variable is not the same in all cases where success is present, and vice versa. So very clearly, this variable does not have a causal effect in this thing happening. Like, I don't know, I'm just thinking about this from, like, a just common sense, logical, scientific perspective. It's just not true. So, yeah. Let's see here. What's this here? Anime isn't a collective. Massive subgenres within it. Yeah, but this is one of my favorite subgenres. I love anime. Like, the reason why I used to love anime is that anime was the platform and the medium where you could tell a story that was too fantastical for real life. Like, for me, you know, Serial Experiments Lane, Ghost in the Shell, a lot of that early stuff. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, it was fucking good. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist manga? Yeah. I mean, I'm so glad that I didn't watch Death Note when I was in high school. I would have been even more obnoxious than I already was. I don't even know how that would be possible, but somehow I'd manage it. Algerian boxer Iman Khalif, who won the gold at Paris Olympics in women's boxing, has been confirmed as a man according to a medical report. Just type 2, anomaly sexual. Well, I mean, this was such a really weird controversy. Yeah, it was deleted by the person who made it. My French is a little rusty, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it says. Man, this was such a... I hated this controversy. This is probably the... Like, of all the controversies this year, this, in my opinion, would be like an F-tier controversy. I really didn't like it. The reason why I didn't like it is that nobody approached it in good faith at all. Nobody tried to have a conversation about, like, what's the best path forward. Everybody just tried to look at this woman or man or, like, intersex person. We're not gonna get into pronouns here, okay? We're not playing Dragon Age today. But, at the same time, everybody's trying to look at this person and, like, use this person as, like, a platform for their agenda. When it's like, for me, I'm trying to have a conversation about it and, like, look to see, like, what's true and what's not. And there was so much noise. I've talked about this a lot before, so, like, I don't really want to get into it anymore. But I do think that, like, again, in Algeria, it's against the law to be trans, I'm pretty sure. So that's where she came from. So... do I think that Algeria chose a person who, you know, like, basically their entire cultural values repudiate in order to represent the entire country in the Olympics? I don't know, guys. I think that's a pretty hard sell for me. I'm just not going to believe it to win yet. I don't see it. I don't. Have you seen the other scene in Veilguard? I saw that somebody linked me a video. I might look at it today. yeah, they're not trans, but they do have man levels of testosterone. Yeah, well, like, and the funny thing about the Olympics controversy, this woman, is that it is actually that 0.1% or 0.01% circumstance that, like, a third gender distinction makes medical and complete sense. And, like, gender is not a binary in this instance. But the problem is, like, nobody was able to talk about it with any degree of, like, maturity or, like, intellect at all. And every conversation about this was just devolving to the lowest common denominator of trans bad or trans good. It was the worst controversy of the entire year. I absolutely fucking hated it. So, yeah. You know, so I said the gender in your passport matters, not what you actually are. That's a joke. I'm just giving my opinion, right? We can go back and talk about this, you know, tons of times. We've already gone through it. To be honest, guys, we have a lot of other stuff to get through today and talk about. Do I really want to dredge up some Olympics drama from 3 months ago? No, I don't. I don't really give a fuck. I don't think anybody else does either. But yeah, let's move on. Anyway, let's see. Excalibur when he's not... oh, no.
I'm 2 days into gooning, and I'm 3 ages behind. All my friends, they call me Sigma, but I'm on my mewing grind. But doesn't really sit with me quite right, cause I don't wanna play OG Fortnite. And I keep accidentally edging myself in my room in the middle of the night. I wake up and I'm gooning, and I wake up to my edge. And I wake up and I'm mewing, but I'll be Sigma when I'm old. See, I don't like breaking streams, but I can't control my edge. So I just joke around and keep my head down and hope.
Thank God somebody stopped it. Thank God. Thinks he has the power to detain? Oh, I watched this already. I already saw this. The cop gave both of them a ticket, and he gave him a ticket that was more expensive. I remember seeing it before. Gave me brain damage? Yeah, exactly. The Excalibur guy from the latest clip is a bit much. By definition, racism or any of these discrimination-based isms can happen to anyone from any group or any category. End of story. Cracker. And he called somebody a cracker. I wonder what this person is like in real life. Actually, wait a minute. I don't want to wonder. But I can easily assume, and that's worse than wondering. There's no more genders, male and female. This whole trans binary shit is made up. Like, if you want to argue with me, like, what... we haven't been talking about this for 3 minutes. Have you been sitting on that for 3 minutes just to type that out in my chat? I'm not going to argue with you about, like, trans biology. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? What do you do? Stop it. Like, I'm not gonna fight with you about this or whatever. I'm not your dad. I don't have to fucking tell you, like, this is the thing. This is the way that I treat people, right? If somebody's trans and they look and act like a woman or a man, I'll just call them a woman or a man because I think that's what makes sense. I do. I think it makes sense because it would be weird to not do that because they look this way. And so, yeah, I think that there's a lot of people that, like... I think that a lot of trans... wait. What the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's move on. Anyway, let's see here. It's so stupid. Like, why are we even talking about this? Yeah, I mean, let's move on. Yeah, it's just a completely fucking, like... By the way, I do support trans people. I've said this many times, but, like, I just don't want to go through some big soapbox talking about it, right? Like, that's why. It's not because I'm worried about getting clipped out of context. I just don't want to waste everybody's time. That's all. Anyway, did anyone else think Asmon's been on fire since he's been on band? Yeah. Big surprise, guys. I said I've been making shitty content. I've been trying to do things that were more interesting and do different things. Yes, absolutely. Not a lot different, but a little bit different. And I think sometimes that little bit makes a lot of a difference. As Zach said on his last stream, humans in the 2010s when all the AIs decide to get the fuck off the planet without us and we can barely count to 100. Confused unga bunga. This is actually a first grader in the year 2031, if you can believe that. They're 37 years old. How Dragon Ball fans really play Sparking Zero? Okay, let's see it.
Can't beat you red.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh. I feel like I never see Brawly without Super Saiyan hair. I gotta tell you that if you take out all of the dialogue and you just play it without the background music, there is really not that big of a difference between gay porn and Dragon Ball Z. Man. Bro's mic cut out? Bro, the Xbox controller mic makes it so much better. Man. I honestly think that, like, this game is... I think this game is fucking amazing. I love this game. I love watching combat in this game. It is so fucking cool, man. You know, gay porn? I mean, I've heard it. Yeah, sure, of course. I mean, I think everybody's heard something like that, definitely. DBZ Brawly is my favorite movie in the series. I've never seen it. I'm once again asking you to watch the Squadron 42. Okay, okay. I know I need to get into that. I don't know when, but I will. Ricky Gervais, the GOAT.
Hi guys, Ricky G here, wellness and beauty influencer. As a celebrity, I know all about stuff, like science and politics. So trust me when I tell you who you should vote for. If you don't vote the right way, that's like a hate crime, and it makes me sad and angry, and I'll leave the country. And you don't want that.
He's so good. He's so fucking good. I feel like anytime I see a celebrity endorsing a presidential candidate, I'm like, okay, good. You know, like, all right, we got another one of these. I don't really take it that seriously. I don't know who would, right? Well, the way I look at my son, I'm older. My husband's dad looks at poor father, some vibes. Yeah, no, this was a good time. It was. And, yeah, the clip from, the Donald Trump dump truck thing, that shit got like fucking 300k views on Reddit. That shit went so crazy. Duality of Warhammer 40k. What is this?
Look at these two games. Both put you in the Warhammer universe, but in wildly different social status. Brothers.
Brother, good morning, brother.
I shall go.
Goodbye, brother. Talk, brother.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, sir.
Brother.
Brother. What's up, brother?
Hello, brother.
Emperor guy.
Brother. What's up, reject?
Who you calling reject, trash?
Who you calling trash, thick of it, by KSI?
Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. No, I need to play more Space Marine. I've just been so fucking lazy. I haven't had time for it. Asmongold, fuck. I've wrapped my head in tinfoil because of the 5G signals. Okay, that's enough. Yep, that's enough. We're done. Alfred confronts Batman. Give me a sec.
Master Bruce. Stop! Master Bruce. Bruce, I will not in good conscience allow you to go. You're outmatched by these assassins.
What?
You're not some hardened vigilante. You're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger. You're in over your head, and I don't want this to be your end.
Alfred, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? While you are here every night, I am out there. The only thing between the innocent and the predatory. No, not may be. I am. When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. So no, Alfred, I am not in over my head. Tonight will not be my head, but it will be theirs.
Oh shit! There's some Star Fox shit.
I
I trust you realize you can't just waltz into the GCPD after everything that's happened there tonight.
I know I can't do that. I'll have to find a way in that'll avoid detection.
Indeed.
This is pretty good.
Look,
I haven't played this.
I'm sorry about what I said before you left. I hope you understand. It's just because...
It's okay. I understand.
Yep. Yeah. It's eerily good. It's really good. Yeah. Game is this? I'm assuming it's Arkham Knight, right? A compilation of the best Dragon Age Veilguard dialogues. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Here.
Okay. All right, let's just... You know what the worst thing is? None of these dialogues are things that I've even encountered. Like, I'm looking through this, like, I haven't seen any of these scenes. Here we go.
Armada Special. It's what the pirates eat when they come to port.
This is too rich for me. Perhaps you could prepare some vegetables.
Fine. Here, vegetables. So, I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
I had big fingers. It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
I'm a dragon slayer. Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going
This
to...
isn't AI, right? Like, I don't want to get fooled if this is like some like AI thing. It's in the game. Okay. Okay.
Use they instead of she from now on.
If this is because I have criticized your dress or your manners...
It isn't!
Under the Cune, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a Cunithlock. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Evatosh, Chakra Toebra.
So I'm supposed to struggle with who I am? Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
No, you misunderstood.
Then say it better! Why am I never enough for you?
I will go. Thank you.
When did it become acceptable to make video games a platform for you to trauma dump with your relationship about your parents? This is amazing. Like, I oh my God. The writer had some serious daddy. Yes. Like, what is this? Oh my.
Thank you for inviting me to your home. Panahedan.
I'm a dragon slayer!
So, does the fire feel like a part of you? Or I don't know, like something else inside you?
No, it has to be me.
Has to? What if it's not?
How?
Sometimes the stone magic feels like something else in me. It's me, but it's not me. You know?
So, what's this about?
I got you a thing.
Oh, Tosh, it's gorgeous. Oh, the stitching.
Yeah, because I appreciate your skills. At archery.
I get more embarrassed watching this than I did watching Scott's Tots. I could watch Ninja's New Year's Eve party on repeat for an hour and cringe less than this. This is amazing. How is this possible?
Thank you, Tosh. That's really sweet.
You're really nice. And, you smell good.
Oh, thank you?
Really good.
What's so crazy about that is that if that was in real life and a guy was saying that to a girl and he had a fedora and a neckbeard, people would want him canceled. That's what's so, like, yeah, bro, like that's like the meme. Hello, HR? Like, what is this? It's just so, oh my God.
Please get there faster, Harding.
Oh. Hey, Tosh. Do you want to come
Because of your friendship with both, Harding and Tosh have begun a relationship.
with me to break this in?
Yeah. Like, now?
Of course now.
Oh, good. Let's go.
Okay, the stomach I get, but did it really have?
Hey, who ate the last breaded cheese wand?
I wonder if these people ever realize that this does more damage to the perception of non-binary people in media than my entire YouTube channel will ever do. Like, all of the things that people accuse me of, this is actually doing it 1,000 times worse. It's actually crazy. Like, because it, like, so pretty much like a one-to-one comparison for this would be like that golem from Dragon Age. It was it Inquisition or Origins, right? Because it's like kind of a character that's like in some ways similar to this character. This is unbelievable.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I thought, well, I don't know what.
It's fine.
No. They're your favorite.
Say you're sorry some more. That'll fix it.
No, you're right. I'm pulling a barv. 1.
Wait, this happens twice? I don't know if I can finish this video, guys. Like, this is like self-harm. Oh my God. No, we can't stop. We have to keep going. But oh my, I actually really think this is a huge problem. Because I think this is setting back social relations by such a dramatic way. This is so harmful. You gave it a 6? Yeah, I didn't see this part. You know what I do with the cutscenes? I skip them. I don't even know who this bitch is. Yeah, I just wanted to level up the warrior and see if I could do something cool with, like, being able to do a lot of damage. Like, I actually restarted the game on hard mode because, like, anytime that I beat a game that's not on hard mode, I feel like I didn't beat the game. So I restarted it, and I've been playing it off stream. And I don't even look at the cutscenes. I don't even look at the cutscenes at all. I have no idea what happens. Don't care. Harder. Oh, the hardest mode. The hardest hard mode. You still gave it a 6? Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think it's a 6 game. Right? I mean, like, there's, like, hours of dialogue and, like, cutscenes, probably. And, like, yeah, a little bit of it is cringe. I mean, basically, like, dialogue and story in a game matter a lot, but they're not really the reason why I play video games. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but, like, I think this is stupid and cringe, and it's just, like, bad for everyone. Yeah, for sure it is. But well, at the end of the day, ultimately, I don't really play the game for this reason. Like, this doesn't really move the needle for, like, whether I really want to play the game or not. That's just me.
2, 3.
Hey, you're weird? Yeah, that's just me.
Tosh, wait!
Okay.
Today, we claim our true strength by right of fire.
Come up!
Oh, gotcha, bitch!
Avatosh, little dragon. I am Ottershock, the Dragon King.
I like this guy. This guy's cool. I'm sure he's gonna die.
If you follow our bait.
You are wrong, Atashak. Chakra Toebra is not an order to struggle against what you are. It is a reminder that through struggle you find what you are. And you have never done so. Evatash has. They are stronger than you will ever be.
I love the narrative about how, like, somebody who gets mad about eating cheese sticks has struggled more than this barbarian warlord who's probably killed hundreds of people, because some people might not immediately know what gender they are. Like, it's just like this is like trauma dumping in video game form. It's insane. Yeah. What?
Rook, you will keep them safe.
Chakra Toebra.
Kama!
I am Ottershock, the Dragon King.
So, I'm non-binary.
You're like me.
I am nothing like you.
I'm a dragon slayer.
Avatash, the air has been running from the storm all afternoon. You came just in time for it.
I think that I saw this one.
There are others here as well, up the beach.
Yeah, it's okay. We came to meet them.
Rivani with one of their seers.
How did this get approved? Because, like, this guy's so cool. This guy's, like, what the fuck? Like, how do you go from that to this?
They asked how I was. They asked if I would like to come with them and
Cool
teach about the weather.
You know what's funny? I feel like, yeah.
What did you mean the air is running away from the storm?
We think of air as being nothing, but if you have felt a driving wind, you know it has weight. On a calm, sunny day, the air rests on you like a warm, thick blanket. When a storm is coming, the air pushes on you less. We say that it is afraid, running from the storm.
You can feel the difference in the air.
Some of us use tools to measure it. Some of us can feel it in old aches, or the way your body knows the sun is rising.
A lot of Canary are nervous around mages. You gonna be okay with that?
The people of Rivane are not plagued by demons. Their seers protect them. It is not the same as being under the Q, but it will be all right. And I think staying here would make me sad, now that Shathan is gone.
Yeah.
It's the, I think it's the modernized dialogue that really just sounds so fucking bad. Like,
your mother's horn.
It's crazy that, like, I thought that, like, Dragonflight, like World of Warcraft Dragonflight was soft modern. Bro, this makes Dragonflight look like Space Marine 2. What the fuck?
Is jewelry like the Ravani do.
Yeah. Ravani wear their stories.
She would like it.
She'd be so pissed.
She would. But she would be proud of you.
Hey, before we go, I brought food. It's probably not as good as she makes it.
Thank you, Evatash. I will eat the fruit.
We went there to save her.
She never did make it easy.
No shit. Shokra Toebra. What kind of last words are those for someone you're supposed to care about?
She also said you were stronger than the Dragon King.
And I misunderstood the Kunari crap. Like always.
Oh my god.
We never got to yell it out. We never get to fix it. It's a bit of her horn. I cut it off when I left her. I should do something with it. A Ravani would wear it as jewelry. But she hated when I acted Ravani. A Kunari would graft the horn to their own. But she didn't want me to stay in the Qun. What would make her happy? Here, vegetables.
Oh my god. Wow. That was the longest 8-minute video I've ever seen. That actually hurt me. Yeah, I'm in, like, this is... And the worst thing is, like, it's all one character. You know? Like, it's just, it's... This is shocking. Like, how could you put something like this out? I mean, here, vegetables, so I'm non-binary? It's just... It's so unbelievably realistic how the non-binary character gets angry at shit for no reason. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This type of representation is actually so damaging. And I wonder when they're going to realize that. You should get banned. This is literally self-harm. Oh my god. This is, I don't even know what to say. Did they even show it to one person before publishing? I think that it was probably like a toxic positivity type thing. Tash notes, trans means was other gender. They changed. Wait, no. Trans woman is woman. Not feeling right in body dysphoria. Whole big thing. Could be feel like want be guy instead of... Also gender fluid. Can switch pronouns. Don't think that's... Oh my god. Oh my... Oh god. This is amazing. I don't know how this happened. Like, the game failed? Well, let me look and see. So, how many people did it have? It didn't even hit 90,000 people. I thought there was a good chance that it would hit 100K. I thought the game was good enough to hit 100K, but I guess a lot of people disagreed with me. Apparently, my opinion, bad take, apparently. So, yeah, it's all downhill from here. Well, if the game is peaking at 21 and it's already at 19 and it's only at 62,000, there's a good chance this game won't even hit 70,000 today. I think in probably a week or two, it's going to be, it's dead. It's a dead game, and I know it's a single-player game, so it's like, of course, that's what happens with every single-player game. But man, man, I don't know what to say, guys. Put the fries in the bag? Yeah, somebody needed to, I wish that they had been doing that instead of writing. This is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. Wow. Modders will fix it. Check Wukong. I mean, it's probably going to have more people. The story's annoying as fuck. It's honestly needed the same reception as Baldur's Gate. What a waste of an IP. I think that they wasted the IP as well. And I feel like in my opinion, I don't think that the IP really matters that much. Like a bad game. Like if they make a new Dragon Age game in like 5 years and it's really good, I think people are just going to be like, wow, I love Dragon Age. I guess Veilguard sucked, right? And so there are plenty of games that have like kind of like, like black sheep, like kind of installments in a series like Dark Souls 2. But otherwise, I don't really think it would be that big of a deal if they just released another game that was really good and that had more edge to it and like a bit more authenticity, right? So I absolutely would have bought it. The combat seems decent, but I can't support games that preach this hard at me, the player. Yeah, I can see that. And I think this is my opinion, right? I'll always play games to try to like give you guys the most fair take possible. But there are a lot of people that like, they've told me, they're like, listen, like, I just don't want, I don't want to support a game that does this because I feel like it's bad for the industry. And I've seen like thousands of comments. Have you guys seen those in like a lot of the comment sections about this game, etc.? Dark Souls 2 is 100 times better than this. Of course it is, but I mean, like Dark Souls 2, I would rate the game an 8, right? Which is a terrible, terrible rating for a From Software game. But Dragon Age Veilguard could never even dream of being an 8. It could never even be close. Like, yes, I think Dark Souls 2 is bad in a lot of ways, but I still think it's an 8, right? Dark Souls 2 is better than Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I don't agree with that. But either way, like, we could talk about that for hours. My point is that I think that if they just make another good game later on, it won't really matter. Like, Veilguard won't really matter. But it's definitely like you have an uphill battle. And whenever they make the new game, every single decision creatively, narratively with the new game will be looked at through the lens of the old game. And so, like, and this is what happens with, like, a lot of games, right? Is that as soon as you have, like, kind of that trust that's broken with, like, the player base, after that, it's fucking over. Because those people are just going to be constantly looking to find any little indication of this bad writing and then totally write the entire thing off again. I think that's what's going to happen. The combat actually looked fun to me. The writing is important to me, and I love the old ones. It makes this here too painful to play. If this was a double AIP, I might have given it a chance. Yeah, I think that a lot of people definitely, it's like when you take an established IP and then you change like the vibe or narrative to it, you're going to get a lot of resentment. I think that makes sense. Unless you do Redemption like Cyberpunk. Yeah, but like the problem with Cyberpunk is that Cyberpunk was a good game that had a lot of problems. And like at the end of the day, like the dialogue for Cyberpunk was always S tier. Like the narrative for Cyberpunk was always S tier. It was basically the gameplay and just like the bugs in the game that made it bad. So that's easy to fix. Like it's super easy to fix a bug. It's super hard to fix a narrative. So yeah, I think that's totally different. I drank out of a hamster wheel bottle for my entire first year of college. Well, that's fucking disgusting. Let's go back to the next one. Hold my mop. What's this? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, guys. Just one question, like, why you use the fake plates? I mean, like, all of these plates here is a fake.
Using shrimp for shrimp. That's great. Bro, give it a try. Let's go.
You mean to try the way? Yeah, I will try. Can you please just hold them up? I'm sorry, guys. What do you mean?
Where is the weight inside?
Where is the weight? It's like regular map. You are joking now. It's like regular map. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about, guys. The plate is not real.
This is funny. Yeah, I love him. Yeah, I actually do think that's funny. Actually, troll. Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? That is good. Video game dialogue. I saw this one before. Our culture is eating itself? What? Oh, God. Give me a second. I really gotta fix this. This is a 40-minute video. I'm not going to watch a 40-minute video, but I'm going to tell you that everything in this video is accurate, and I agree with everything this person's going to say. Yeah, I agree with everything. Absolutely. They're totally right about all of it. Let's see here. A day in the life of a working monkey harvesting coconuts. What?
Have you seen working monkeys? These are monkeys hired in Thailand to help with coconut harvesting.
Yeah.
Since it's very labor-intensive to pick coconuts by hand,
I think they also do this with
monkeys are
tea
employed
leaves.
for the task. They are paid with food and drinks, and they work with more energy after having juice during breaks.
That makes sense.
Sometimes, when the monkeys go on strike and refuse to work, the handlers will patiently persuade them. This skill is developed through training from a young age, and monkeys sometimes even compete in coconut picking contests to hone their abilities. Once the coconuts are harvested, the monkeys also help by guarding them near the truck to prevent them from falling. After the coconuts
This is like Pow World.
are transported, the monkey's workday is finally over.
Bro, this what? They do that? Oh my, this is crazy. They don't like animal labor? Yeah, people complained about this, but like, yeah, basically that's what it was. I'm not working to survive. What is this? Oh God, I think that there's probably a lot of people that feel this way. This happens super commonly. Let me make sure that I look at this here. The UK is all about low standards, high costs, no butts, and no coconuts. We do that since forever. Yeah. It's true, it's my country. They can develop games easy. Holy fuck. New shirt. What is this? This is probably people complaining about me wearing the same shirt. Someone at BioWare just called me and yikes.
The other day
I mean, I don't know if I would really believe this. Like somebody's... I don't know. I mean... I'm not trying to shit on the guy. I know there was a video he put out that I disagreed with. I'm not shitting on the guy. The guy's a grifter? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, whether... I'm just saying, like, I don't know whether this is true or not. My uncle... My dad works at Nintendo. You're gonna get banned from Smash Brothers. Yeah, of course. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of that. It's just a normal guy from 10 years ago. Well, I think that there's a lot of people that say that. But why is he a grifter? I have no idea. Like, I don't know at all. I have no clue at all about this. The problem is, it's trust me, bro. Yeah, but like, is the guy really that bad to not trust anything he's saying? That's really that's the question. And like, I actually don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I've watched a few things that he's done, and I think they've been pretty much fine. But other than that, I really don't know. Let me make sure I cover all this other shit too. And, oh yeah! Look at this, gentlemen. Bloodborne As I told you guys, we have 2 months left. There is such a high probability that we are going to be playing Bloodborne on PC. I think it's going to happen before the end of the year. Here we go. Take a look at it. This is on the PlayStation 4, by the way. Yeah.
Welcome home, good hunt. What is it you did? Very, let me.
Man. I can't wait to play this on PC4. Or sorry, PS4. That's amazing. It's PS4 with a 4080. Yeah, it's the Pro version of the PlayStation 4. It's the PS4 Pro. Oh my god. I'm gonna be real. This is like 95% of the way there. The way I remember the game. This is really, really fucking good. It's a PC5 Pro? Oh, really? The blood looks terrible? You're right. Yep, you're right, but this is incredible, man. Like, I think that we're going to be playing Bloodborne on PC by the end of the year. Like, it's just... it's crazy to me how much Sony dropped the ball with this, too. Because, like, they could have easily sold this themselves, and nobody would have ever done this. But now they did, and it's just like, okay, well, why would anybody want to go and buy a PC port after this happens? Don't believe the media's lies. Tim Walz killed Peanut. This is, bro.
Kamala did what Kamala always does. She just put her head down and she went to work.
Man. That's crazy that he would say that. The phrasing, I know. What does he mean by that? I don't know. It's just insane. How's the Twitter community doing? I'll take a look at it right now. I linked it earlier. Let me see if I can find it. And we are at now... Oh my god. We are at 9,000 fucking followers. 9,000 members in Roach Ranch. Oh my god. In one day, basically. It's over 9,000! Yeah, what the fuck, man? There's a comment office. What are you talking about? Yes, it's insane. Over 9,000. Did you already cover Trump jerking off the mic that didn't work? No, I didn't see that. I would have seen it. I would have 100% looked at that, but I didn't see it myself, so I'm not sure. But, yeah, link. Yeah, I'll link it to you guys again. Why not? Give me a second. Okay. There is the link right there. There it is. A little desperate. I think, you know what? Let me do a poll. I'm actually really curious about this. I want to see who you guys think is going to win the election. So this isn't who you guys want to win the election. This is who do you think will win the election? All right. Third option, Ron Paul. Jeb Bush. Okay. I really want to see what people's opinions are on this. This is about who you think is going to win. Yeah, I pretty much... Yep. Can we still vote for the black guy? No, because you can only do it 2 times. And then it's like, it's on cooldown. Yeah, yeah, can't do it. Trump, yeah, wow. 70% people think Trump is going to win. Damn. God damn. Asking your chat is like polling Alabama. Well, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of people in my chat that are probably not big fans of Trump. But, I mean, there's a lot of people that probably think, oh, yeah, I hate Trump a little bit less than Kamala Harris, or I hate Kamala Harris a little bit less than Trump. I feel like this election is definitely one of the lesser of two evil elections, where most of the people that are voting, like all of the people that I see that are talking about voting for Kamala Harris, most of them are talking about that as in, like, basically, we don't like her, but we like Trump a lot less, so we're going to vote for her instead. And I think that there's also a lot of people that don't like Trump, or sorry, that don't like Kamala Harris that are voting for Trump, but they don't even really like Trump. Either way, the U.S. loses. I don't know. Basically not Trump, but the economy is too cooked. Not just us, but the world. How many Russians are voting now? I don't know. How many illegal immigrants from El Salvador are voting? Who the fuck knows? I have no idea. Which is really stupid. The two-party system is really dumb. So this is what my opinion is on it. I think that it's completely okay if you want to say, like, oh, I actually don't like this. I don't like how, because there's people that keep posting, like, their voting ballots, and they're posting their voting ballots, and it's like, oh, yeah, what do you call it? Like, this is who I voted for. And I haven't seen a single person on at least Twitter that posted their voting ballot and they didn't get a massive fucking amount of hate. Whether they voted for Trump, Kamala Harris, or Jill Stein, or they wrote in somebody else, everybody is getting tons of hate for who they're voting on. People could be voting for Trump because of the people around them, RFK, Vivek, Elon, etc. Yeah, I think so. That's probably the case. But what I think is going to happen is that, like, I don't know, impression farming? Yeah, maybe. It's like putting a flag in your bio. Yeah, in a lot of cases it is. You want to go to Mars, but still don't have paper vote? No shot Trump wins this? You don't think Trump is going to win? I think that he will. I do. I think that, yeah, I do think so. Now, I'm not, again, like, I'm not a big, like, huge, like, Trump fan. I don't think Trump is amazing. Because I feel like what happens is, like, I've said things, like, I do think Trump is a lot funnier and he's way better content than Kamala Harris. Like, I'm going to come out and say that because it's fucking obvious. Like, the guy was a reality TV star. He has had 50 years of television training. Like, he's really fucking entertaining. So, yeah, 100%. So, like, if I look at it from, like, a content point of view, or if I look at it from, like, a, like, you know, like, Trump will cut my taxes, right? So, it would actually probably be better for me if Trump wins. But, you know, it's sad for me to see people that, like, everybody wants to judge other people on, like, what they're voting on. And I think it's kind of, it's gotten to be a little bit too much. Because people don't want to have to vote for the lesser of two evils, but there are some people that choose to and some people that choose not to. And I don't think either one is bad. I don't think that you're bad for, like, saying that I'm not going to choose to vote for two people that I don't like because neither of these people represent me. And I also think that it's not bad to say I'm going to vote for this person because this person is bad, but they're less bad than the other person who's even worse. I think both of these are totally fucking fair positions to have. And it's sad to see people that have, like, such a matter of entitlement that they think they should dictate other people's morality and other people's conscience to them and tell them what they should and shouldn't care about. I find it to be very, very annoying and obnoxious. And I'm not even talking about, like, differences in political opinion. I'm just talking about, like, differences in priorities and differences in, like, morality. Do you think people go with the lesser of two evils because they can't stand for what they believe in? No. I think it's actually very simple. I don't like both of them, but I like this one more than I hate this one less than I hate the other one. It's like, would you rather have your finger cut off or your arm cut off? Well, everybody would probably say I'd rather have my finger cut off, right? So that doesn't mean you want your finger cut off. No. But it's just better than the alternative. That's it. So it's such a logically obvious thing. I feel like it's crazy how people don't understand this. But you don't have to either? Yeah. There's no choice? Yeah, definitely. It's the South Park voting episode all over again? Yeah, definitely. Damage control? Yeah, basically that's what it is. Yeah, I would say it's like, I think that a lot of them refer to it as like harm reduction or some variation of that. And I think that that's probably what's going on. It's like some way of saying the same thing. I'll be right back. All right. We good. Sorry about that. Back at it. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Like, everything's good for me. I'm chilling. Why are so many celebrities coming out and telling you who to vote for? As a Brit, celebrities influencing voting feels wrong. It's because celebrities are doing it because they think that it will make people like them more. And that's why it happens. Like, they're just gonna come out and say the thing. Like, do you remember back whenever, like, the whole Israel-Palestine thing started happening, and, like, a bunch of celebrities didn't know what side to pick, and so they kept saying the wrong thing? Like, there was, like, a pray for Israel, and it was, like, Justin Bieber tweeted this out, and it was a picture of Gaza. Stuff like that. Like, definitely, they're only doing it for impressions and to make people like them. That's it. And I also think that a lot of these people, I've heard about this. I don't know about it myself, but it seems like some of these people are being paid to do it too. But I don't know how true that actually is. Celebrities are doing it because one candidate said he's going to release the Epstein list. I feel like a lot of celebrities should be worried more about the Diddy list. You know, not the Epstein list. The Epstein, that was like, you know, like people that were way, way higher up than movie stars, you know? Celebs like to think that they know more than everyone, and their opinion is more important than it actually is. I don't think you need to be a celebrity to do that. There's plenty of people that think that, and they're not celebrities. We need both lists now. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, that's why I think it happens. They're either getting paid or they're doing it. I mean, of course, there are people that are doing it because they believe in it. I don't want to say, like, nobody does it because they believe in it. But I think that the main reason why people are doing it is they think that it will be beneficial for them financially in the long term of their career. Because you have to keep in mind, being a celebrity or being a movie actor, this fundamentally is a job. And so, do you want to do something that's going to, you know, cause you to make more money for your job? NMP got $15K for his endorsement. I don't know how much he got paid or anything. I have no idea about that. I mean, to me, I don't know. I mean, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Like, people are going to do whatever. They're getting paid for endorsements. My understanding is that there hasn't been a single case where a person got paid for an endorsement, necessarily. They got paid for a appearance or some form of performance, and the endorsement was kind of implicitly expected. So I don't know really if there are people that are getting paid explicitly to say, vote for Kamala Harris, and that's it. Same thing. I don't think it's necessarily the same thing. The effect may be the same, but I don't think that it's exactly the same. And I'm just trying to look at this objectively, right? What do you think about Musk paying people for voting? I mean, Boss Tweed did that. Now, you know, looking back on it, that's not really seen as, like, the right thing to do. Like, making voting a lottery, I don't think that you should give money to people to vote. I don't think so. I actually am not a fan of everybody voting. Like, I know this is going to be like kind of like now, you know, it's been like 2 days since a controversy, so like it's time for a new one. I think that most people shouldn't vote. Most people are stupid. They're uneducated in topics that they have no understanding of, and they should abstain from voting. And I wish that we had a system that would make it to where they could not vote, but it's been impossible to do one of those without it being rigged for one side or another, and that's why we don't have one. But like in a perfect utopia world, all of those people would never be allowed to vote. Like it's crazy. Like it's shocking to me because like in any other aspect of life, it's like you wouldn't want somebody who's not a doctor deciding what you should do with your health. You wouldn't want somebody who's not a plumber telling you how to fix your toilet. And so it's like, yeah, if you have no education or understanding in this topic, you probably shouldn't vote for it. So yeah, I think that if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you should not be voting. Who are those people? People that have like basically no understanding of what the candidates stand for. People that are basically single issue voters if the issue is stupid. People that are completely uneducated about anything involving the election. I'm not saying that somebody has to be like a political analyst to vote, but like if you don't know, like for example, like if you don't know how many branches of government there are, you shouldn't be able to vote. Straight up. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, you should not be able to vote. You like, I don't think that anybody else should be... Nobody else should have to be victim of your decision-making. And it's like, it's such a lot... To me, it's such a logical, common sense thing. Right? Literacy test. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you can't spell your own name, you shouldn't be able to vote. Stuff like that. Civics test to get voter registration. I kind of believe in that, but, like, I don't know really exactly how to do it to, like, make it not rigged, like what I said before. But yeah, like if you think the earth is flat, you can't vote. If you think, you know, the earth revolves, or sorry, the sun revolves around the earth, you can't vote. And like all of these like really common sense things, like if you, like 8 times 8, you can't get the answer to that, you can't vote. And I'm not talking about like, yeah, you don't have to be a fucking genius. But like if you don't even have a basic understanding of the world around you, no, I don't think you should vote. Straight up. That's so dangerous? No, it's not. What's dangerous is those people making decisions. So poor people shouldn't vote. It's not important to me who does or doesn't vote. The way I look at voting is that my priority is not... And by the way, no, poor people aren't stupid. That's not the way it works. Most poor people know what 8 times 8 is. What are you talking about? Like, you can go under a bridge and you can ask people under the bridge and they're going to know what 8 times 8 is. Yeah, make it single votes? Yeah, it's crazy. Well, if everyone took an IQ test before voting and the outcome scales your voting power? Oh, I like that. Voting power levels? Oh, man, that would be crazy. So it's like somebody can vote, but your vote counts as much as like a really smart dog. Yeah, that could be a really good idea. I like that. 3/5 of a vote. Okay, no, we're not doing that, okay? Yeah, we tried that. Big mistake. Should not have done that. Do you think Christian should be allowed to vote? I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. But I think it's basically people that have, like, a complete misunderstanding of the world should not be voting. Yeah. And that's in my perfect world. And... I know some people are like, well, that's not fair. I know that. I don't care about being fair. I think that would just be better for everybody if they just were not able to vote. That's it. So yeah, IQ and stupidity are not linked. They are absolutely linked. Yeah. Should felons be allowed to vote? I see a stronger argument for allowing felons to vote than people who can't do basic arithmetic. I would rather have a murderer vote than somebody who can't do math. Yes, straight up. Absolutely. It's not even a question. Of course. And he's banned again? Hey, that's what I think. Yeah, based? Yeah, I don't see how... Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's a hypothetical. Yeah. Yeah, if somebody's that stupid, yeah, absolutely not. No way. Not a bad take. I don't think so at all. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll find out if it is tomorrow, right? Hopefully I'll have content. We're planting the seeds for content for tomorrow. So yeah, Ubisoft, I saw this the other day. This is pretty funny. They are having a really bad time with the new Assassin's Creed and Star Wars Outlaws. It's been real bad.
So here's a funny one. Assassin's Creed Shadows boss claims DEI is killing game. Not only doubles down on it, but also attacks critics.
Of course.
That Park Place writing, Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed boss, Mark Alexis Coty, right when I finally learned how to pronounce Yves Guillemot, they give me a whole new one to get wrong.
Yeah.
Anyone want to tell me the pronunciation for this, I'd appreciate it. Admitted that the company's injection of DEI into Assassin's Creed Shadows is harming the game's potential, but declared that he plans to double down on it and even attack his critics. So yeah, just a little more info. That's this guy, programmer and level designer at Ubisoft Quebec, currently serving as the vice president executive producer for the entire Assassin's Creed franchise. As reported by Eurogamer, that guy made an appearance at a BAFTA event where he shared that discussions of Ubisoft's DEI policies, quote, can influence how our games are perceived, but rather than shy away from those conversations, we should see them as an opportunity, unquote. From there, he attempted to gaslight people in attendance by stating, quote, Assassin's Creed has always been about exploring the full spectrum of human history.
Of
and
course.
By its very nature, that history is diverse. Staying true to history means embracing the richness of human perspectives without compromise. For example, in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we highlight figures both fictional, like Naui, a Japanese woman warrior, and historical, like Yasuke, the African-born samurai. While the inclusion of a black samurai in feudal Japan has sparked questions and even controversy, Naui, as a fictional character, has also faced scrutiny for her gender. But just as Yasuke's presence in Japanese history is fact, so too are the stories of women who...
I don't know about that. I feel like the person that they quoted or they said was the person that they were like referring to as like, yeah, this is our reference. Wasn't that guy outed as a total fraud? Like, there's one source, and the source was using itself as a source secondarily on Wikipedia? Yeah, the guy was a total fucking fraud. What are we talking about?
Societal expectations, and took up arms in times of conflict. So while both Naui and Yasuke's stories are works of historical fiction, they reflect the collision of different worlds, cultures, and roles.
Wait. But as Yasuke's presence in Japanese history is fact, so while both Yasuke's stories are works of historical fiction, I mean, to be fair, there is a difference in those two sentences. But it's a little bit confusing.
Their inclusion is precisely the kind of narrative that Assassin's Creed seeks to tell, one that reflects the complexity and interconnectedness of our shared history.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen anyone take an issue with Naui. All the critiques that I've seen of AC Shadows regarding the characters is specifically directed at Yasuke, and that's because of the whole historical inaccuracies thing. In my opinion, this statement seems like the guy's trying to muddy the waters, so to speak. Like, he's not acknowledging the issues that people have with Yasuke and the historical inaccuracies and all that.
This is always what happens, is that this is one of the best ways to address criticism, is to completely muddy the waters and totally misrepresent what's actually happening. It's a really, really great strategy. And this is what happens constantly. It's deflect, yeah. A game of this? This is Risk of Rain 7.
That stuff. Instead, he's trying to act like people's issue with Yasuke is simply that they don't want diversity in games. And again, they use this word very disingenuously, in my opinion. Then also trying to apply the same thing to Naui and then rolling both those arguments together into one disingenuous bad faith pie. It's always been diverse,
I agree.
He said, and this isn't new ground for the franchise. From Altair to Aveline, we've consistently introduced protagonists from diverse racial, ethnics, and gender identities. History is inherently diverse, and so is Assassin's Creed and the stories we tell. So to be clear...
I don't know. I mean, like, about history being inherently diverse, I feel like... I bet if you probably went back 500 years, I would say a lot of cultures were probably very, like one race of people. Like, I probably would have assumed that. I mean, I'm sure there's, like, going to be exceptions. Of course, there's always exceptions. But I feel like in a lot of cases that, yeah, very like a monoculture. Yeah, homogenous cultures. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what do you mean? Because, I mean, the reason why is just simply because of travel. Like, the reason why now, like, it's easier to have diversity is because it's easier for a person who, like, was from Africa to come over to California. Whereas, like, 500 years ago, it wasn't as easy. It's easy for somebody from China to go to America. Back then, it probably wasn't as easy. It's just, like, common sense.
Our commitment to inclusivity is grounded in historical authenticity and respect for diverse perspectives, not driven by modern agendas. That's rich coming from the people who will literally butcher history, specifically to try and shoehorn in Yasuke as a character that they want, which is also insulting to Yasuke, by the way. They're basically saying, like, what we factually know about him is not good enough. They gotta write their headcanon and try to present it as fact. Next, he attacked critiques of Ubisoft's diversity and inclusion policies, which he is clearly an advocate for, saying, alongside these deep-rooted franchise values is our commitment to recognize and listen to legitimate criticism as an essential part of the creative process.
I think that people that are, like, Ubisoft had basically what Blizzard had happen to them. They had it happen a few years before Blizzard had it happen, and it kind of flew under the radar because it wasn't as big as Blizzard's situation. But a lot of the Ubisoft's policies here are a reaction to them basically almost like losing their company because of how bad employees were treated there. So, like, let's not get up on a soapbox and talk about, oh, how much you care about this stuff if this stuff only managed to happen right after you went through, like, a fucking Rapture level lawsuit.
Our community helps us grow, evolve, and deliver better games. Today we all, however, face the added challenge of distinguishing between genuine feedback and attacks driven by intolerance, he said. These people are so...
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it's genuine feedback or an attack driven by intolerance. If it results in you losing a sale, the outcome is the same. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, is that they have a, they put like a very strong, like, what's the word for this? Like a moral benchmark on like what their opinions are. And they say, because we have these good opinions, like everybody needs to like see the world the same way that we do. But the truth is that there's like a righteousness to it, but like there isn't actually a power ranking in the real world. There's not. Yeah, rewriting history is intolerant. Well, it's more than that. It's that it doesn't, like, if there's a lot of people, for example, like if you're making a game and you want to sell it in the Middle East and it's in one of the countries that's like very, very anti-LGBT, and your game has that in it, you're going to have a lot of people that aren't going to like that game. And you can call them all bigots, you can call them all bad or whatever you want, but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, you're not going to sell the game. That's all there is to it.
Creeps. They just lie about this stuff and openly gaslight. They pretend like they care about all these things, but for them it's all about ESG score and money. The current climate is tough on our creative teams. They face lies, half-truths, and personal attacks online. When the work they poured their hearts into is twisted into a symbol of division, it's not just disheartening, it can be devastating.
I'm sure, here's the thing, is that I'm sure it sucks if you're like working at one of these companies and you have a bunch of people hating on you and criticizing you and shitting on you. Like, I can easily be like, yeah, bro, like, I can totally get, this must really suck. Absolutely. It's the same as like anytime, like a lot of you guys, like, I can put myself in the shoes of somebody like Hassan, right? Or like, or people can probably look and like be like, yeah, when it happens to me, or like Ethan Klein or Destiny or somebody else that gets a lot of hate, like Tectone. Like, you can put yourself in that person's shoes and be like, yeah, this probably really sucks that a lot of people are saying this about you. For sure it sucks. But like, that's just the way it is. And if you're in the kitchen, if you're cooking, if you're in the arena, you're fighting, you're going to have people that are going to complain. And that's what's going to happen. If you don't like it, get out of the fucking kitchen. That's the way I see it.
I already know that this man is ready to get his soy latte after this speech. What keeps me going is the resilience born out of conviction that I see in our teams every day. I'm especially proud of the Shadows team for staying true to their creative vision and the core tenets of Assassin's Creed. By choosing Naui and Yasuke as protagonists, we are expanding the narrative landscape, offering new points of view that challenge established norms found in many works of fiction, while staying true to the history that shaped...
I mean, like, I don't think that people have a problem with challenging established norms, but I don't think that challenging established norms is a good thing, and it's not a bad thing. It really depends on what the norm is that you're challenging. Who asked for that challenge? Yeah, exactly. You're challenging history. Yeah, it's a very, very weird outlook on things. All those people are going to have no jobs? Yeah. There's a good chance that's going to happen.
At the end of the day, Assassin's Creed is not just a franchise. It's a platform for entertainment, dialogue, discovery, and understanding. Our commitment isn't just about reflecting on the past. It's about ensuring that the stories we tell continue to unite, inspire, and
I actually do wish that they would focus a little bit more on the historical context of things, because, like, maybe this was just me growing up, but my mom was really positive about me playing Age of Empires 2 because it had real history in it. And I felt like that was really cool. And growing up, like, I look back on that and I think, wow, that was actually really badass. So I do hope that they play more of a focus on actually trying to make things that were historical be accurate. I'm not saying one-to-one, right? The same as, like, I mean, you know, as far as I know, like, a Shelby Cobra with a machine gun didn't really happen in like actual medieval Europe, right? But you know, it's a video game, so of course you're going to have some differences.
Challenge players, regardless of their background, and we'll continue to stand by these values because they're central to the heart of the franchise, and I believe to the future of storytelling itself. Ultimately, we believe that the diversity and
these values are absolutely not. They are not central to the future of storytelling. They're not. These are a modern invention that people have convinced themselves are important. No, this is not. You don't need this in storytelling.
Richness of the human experience is what helps Assassin's Creed resonate with players across the globe, and we're committed to standing firm on that foundation. I find it hilarious that he talks about people all across the globe, when all across the globe, people refer to Ubisoft as Ubislop, and they've especially managed to get, like, the entire country of Japan to absolutely hate them. He then doubled down on this idea that Assassin's Creed is—
I don't think the entire country of Japan hates them, but I could see a lot of— I don't know, like, what actual Japanese people think about this, because in a lot of cases, the people that were, like, typing in Japanese were just Americans that Google translated what they said into Japanese. So, like, it's hard really for me to say, but I could see how at least some of them probably don't like it. I mean, it's easy to assume, especially with, like, some of the, like, really, really, just kind of ignorant cultural appropriation. Like, for example, like selling that, like, what was the half thing that was, like, destroyed by the nuclear bomb? Like, what was it called again? It's like a Japanese word. I don't remember exactly what it was. Torigate, yeah. The like one, like the one leg Torigate. Like, selling that, like, it's just super culturally insensitive, super cultural appropriation, like, unironically, right? And, like, I could see Japanese people being offended by that. Yeah. You literally watch videos of Japanese people reacting to this? Yeah, but a sample size of 2 isn't really what I would determine what a country thinks on, right? Like, yeah, it's not really a great way of looking at it.
It's not a game, but something else altogether. Gosh, these people are lame as heck. Assassin's Creed is more than— he really says it. Oh my gosh, bro. Assassin's Creed is more than just a game. Yeah. It can be a platform for meaningful exploration and reflection wrapped in the excitement of unforgettable gameplay. And it's that fusion of creativity, diversity, immersion, and fun that continues to define the franchise and connect it with players around the globe. I might actually die of cringe before I finish this article. It might really happen, but I'll try. Next, he paints himself and Ubisoft as— oh yeah, I'm gonna die. It's
okay.
Over.
Here we go.
He paints himself and Ubisoft as victims. Yeah, this massive corporation, they're just a bunch of victims to these individual gamers. Those gamers are so terrifying. We gotta help the corpos.
I think that any time that you demonize your fan base and you demonize people that are giving you criticism, a lot of times you end up doing yourself a disservice and pushing people even farther away. And I think when you're building a product and you're trying to sell that product, every single person's feedback is important, even if you don't agree with it. So, like, there's always going to be a lot of people that aren't going to like what you're doing creatively. Like, for example, Fight Club, whenever it first was premiered, people booed the movie. There's always going to be people that don't like things that are perceived as good, and vice versa. There's people that thought Elden Ring was bad. That doesn't really mean that like you should focus on them and make them the core of what you're talking about.
Me of that Sweet Baby Inc. stuff that I just talked about yesterday, where they also were playing victim and were like trying to beg corporations and like government and institutions to protect them from individual gamers. I really don't know how anyone could live their lives like this. I say lame all the time with these people. I mean, it's the perfect word in my opinion. These are like the lamest people ever. How are they happy with themselves? How do they accept this as like the lives that they really live? Bunch of corpos acting like they're the biggest victims of all time. These people have so much.
I think that like to them it is like this is gonna maybe be like kind of something that people might have trouble like accepting, but as somebody who's been the target of a lot of online hate and I've seen a lot of other people deal with it, I can easily see how a person, especially like, you know, for example, like if you're a streamer, like you're kind of signing up for that, right? But like if you're working on making a video game, maybe you're not necessarily doing that. Like this never even really occurred to you. It's like some like tertiary effect that's like way downstream of like what your actual job is. So I can easily see how like it's going to fucking bother you a lot to have this happen as like a random person that's like working in, you know, a company, right? Definitely I can see how that happens. It's easy to empathize with a person like that, even though it's like, I'm not even saying they're right. I'm just saying I can understand why you're upset. I think that's very fair to do.
Power and money backing them. The stories we tell, the characters we create, the game worlds we build are instrumentalized by those who seek to silence creativity, to stoke fear, and incite hatred.
The game world is influenced by those who seek to silence creativity? Wait, what?
I believe we are facing what CNN anchor Fareed Zakaria calls an age of revolution, a time when the real conflict is not between the left and the right, but between societies that close themselves off and those that open themselves up to the world. Throughout history, it's the open societies that have always eventually prevailed. While there may be setbacks over the years or even decades, it is openness that has continually pushed humanity forward.
Yeah, I think this is the problem, is that these people are closed-minded and they think that they're the ones that are being open-minded. You don't need to be so open-minded that your brain falls out. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with being open-minded. I think that's good. And I think this person they're correct, by the way. Like, it is true that cultures and societies that have been more forward-thinking, and like this is like you have to look at it abstractly and not look at it through the lens of like racial diversity. Like you look at it through the lens of like religious, religious rights, or you look at it through the lens of especially scientific regulation. Like every society that was like anti-science in history was seen as being bad. And they basically don't exist anymore, or they've changed. So it's extremely true. But it's just being interpreted in a way that's completely one-dimensional.
Yap, man. Like, Ubisoft will do literally anything.
That's another way to say it.
Game nowadays. This echoes the...
I love how, like, this is the way it is. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Sure.
The selfless bravery of our Assassin's Creed protagonists. They fought for freedom, knowledge, and the right to chart their own paths, just as we,
echoes of selfless bravery,
as creators, fight to tell stories that matter in a world that grows increasingly divided.
And this is the problem, is that, like, you know, this person thinks that they're like some kind of a revolutionary whenever they're saying something like this. I don't think that you're really doing anybody any favors by doing this. And I think that the biggest problem, and I think that what a lot of people have issue with, is when people try to do something bad, and then they want a pat on the back for it, and they want to be seen as being virtuous for doing the bad thing. I think that's what's really happening here, and that's why it's so frustrating and annoying, is that a lot of people can kind of see how this actually creates a lot more division, but like it's like the self-righteous virtue signaling that I think alienates way more people than it brings over. Because like what they were saying before about how like, societies and cultures that were open to change were historically seen as the good societies that advanced. This is factually true. And it's been factually true for 1,000 years. Why did they call it the Dark Ages? You know, pretty fucking easy to say. And so, like, I think that it's true, but like I don't think these people realize that they're actually being the agents of being reductive to that goal and not supportive towards it. I think their actions, like they're trying to be supportive, but they're actually not trying to be supportive. They're trying to sell a product and look like they're the good guys. And being supportive is a pleasant secondary effect, but it's certainly not the goal. They mainly care about making money and virtue signaling. And doing something good is, you know, maybe a serendipitous outcome, but it's certainly not the goal.
Divided. As the authors of How Democracies Die so powerfully stated, democracies crumble when good people decide to stay silent. The same is true, I think, of our creative freedom when we allow fear to stifle our voices. When we self-center in the face of threats, we hand over our power, piece by piece, until freedom and creativity both wither away.
I think that that's true. And the problem is that, like, you're right, but here's the issue. When they release this game, and like maybe this game will sell well, it's hard to say. There's been like a lot of noise around the game, so I could see it probably selling well anyway. But if they release this game and then a lot of people don't buy the game, like what seems to be the case with Dragon Age, just based off of like Steam numbers, etc., but of course it's always a guess. It doesn't really matter like how democracies die, self-centering in the face of threats, handing over power. All of these like self-aggrandizement notions immediately fall by the wayside when you don't have money to pay payroll. And then you have to cut people and you have to close the studio. Like what happened with Concord. That's the big issue. I might be wrong, but I think the biggest issue is the fact that they call names and try to guilt trip anyone who doesn't want to buy their product. Yeah, like you're not a freedom fighter because you're trying to like capitalize on like, you know, like World War II, you know, like what do you call it? Like, you know, indications of like the nuclear bomb and like sell products based off of it. Like you're not handing over power. You're not promoting democracy by doing that. You're just trying to like use Japanese culture as a way to make money. And like, that's fine. You want to do that. Okay, go ahead and do that. But don't expect everybody to like roll out the red carpet and tell you that you're a good person for it. I think that's what's really weird.
Cannot let that happen. It's time for us as creators to stand firm on our commitment to our values by telling stories that inspire, that challenge, and help people connect. Our silence cannot become complicit.
Our silence cannot become complicit. Again, there's no, like, you know who, you want to hear a studio that's really silent right now? Firewalk Studios. The people that made Concord. The entire thing got shut down. So if you want to stand by your values, listen, if you want to ride your ship to the bottom of the ocean, go ahead and do it. But don't, whenever you get there, blame somebody else. There's an issue with creating unique art, but they're selling it to us? Yeah, exactly. Like, they can do whatever they want, but they shouldn't expect, like, you have the right to make whatever you want. You don't have the right to make everybody else accept it.
This dude is some rich corpo, and he's acting like he's oppressed.
Yeah,
how extremely obnoxious.
He's a revolutionary.
He then issued his closing statement saying,
okay, here we go.
To our players, the ones who have stood by us, supported us, and celebrated our work over the years with enthusiasm and constructive feedback, this stance is for you. You are the heart of our journey. We create for you, and your support fuels our creativity and strengthens our resolve to keep pushing boundaries, to tell stories that matter. This journey is yours as much as it is ours, and I thank you for being with us every step of the way. I'm an optimist and a dreamer, and I believe that the answer to hate is to continue creating experiences that celebrate the richness of our world and capture the magic of our collective imagination. Because in the end, creativity is stronger than fear, and together we are creating the future of entertainment, he concluded. I am so...
This is the future of entertainment. Man. Bro, like, this guy... Oh my God. Wow. I hope not. Yeah, that's crazy. What a sad future. I don't know what to say.
Glad that's over. I don't need to read any more quotes from this guy. Just reading like 10 minutes of his nonsense was enough for me.
Bro, this guy thinks he's like one of the This is like the kind of person that like thinks the French Revolutions was like against all the rich people, when in fact the French Revolution was just the nobility killing the like the aristocrats and like oligarchs killing the royalty. It was just like basically meet the new boss, same as the old boss. But like they have no actual like historical like knowledge of this, and so they only see it through like this really weird like contrived modern lens that's completely devoid of any historical context. And like they think that they're like, yeah, this is what I do. Like, no, it's not. Stop it. Napoleon took over? Yeah. And they sell a product and focus on social messaging instead of product quality. Yeah. And I mean, like, if you want to make a product that's focused on social messaging, that's totally fine. But I think that the issue that a lot of people have is that they don't want to be demonized and talked down to when they don't want to pursue or like buy a product and then be told that they're like a bad person for it. I think it's mainly like the emotional blackmail that a lot of it kind of creates and it precipitates. And I think that that's really what a lot of people don't like more than anything else. Metaphor did it? Well, there's a lot of games that see the games that cover and like go over complex like social issues. They don't need to talk about how good they are for doing it. They just do it. Like Kojima didn't have to go on like a rant about how important it was for him to say, you know, what he said in Metal Gear Solid and like defend himself and everything. He just put it out there. And like also like we've been using Metaphor a lot as an example because it's been, you know, a really popular recent game. But there's a lot of other games that do this as well. Like, you want to know one of the really good examples that like a lot of people, like a lot of us probably didn't remember because we were like probably in high school, maybe like college when it happened. But like Gears of War really covered a lot of topics like this. And it was really, really good. I loved it. It was amazing. And you had things like, obviously, you know, Metal Gear Solid is a great example of it. And then you have other games like Final Fantasy XIV, and they cover all kinds of complex like political and social issues all the time. And the idea that this is some sort of like groundbreaking thing that you've chosen to do this thing that nobody else has done, which is talk about a social issue in a video game. No, the reason why you're getting hate isn't because you're talking about a social issue. It's because you're doing it in a way that's patronizing and it's not enjoyable and people don't like it. It's just, I really wish more people would see it that way. They did it wrong. Yeah, look at Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. Remember that? Like, oh, or Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Like, yeah, I think that's a little bit political, right? And so, I mean, you basically have, I mean, Sundowner, look, it's Dick Cheney. Everybody knows this. Like, you just fucking look at him. It's Dick fucking Cheney. Like, and you look at Senator Armstrong, that's a lot like, you know, Richard Nixon. You know, like, what are we talking about? Yeah, Deus Ex? Yeah, exactly. And so the whole idea that this is some kind of like forbidden thing and that they're like fighting against like some, like they're shadowboxing this like cabal of like racists and homophobes and like people that are reductive to society, like this is total moral masturbation. It's not real. It's not happening. It never was happening. People just don't like how you're doing it. They don't like, it's not that they don't like what you're doing. They don't like how you're doing it. My sources that I made it the fuck up. Yeah, there you go. Am I out of touch? No, it's the customers who are wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of companies that thought that. We don't really remember their names anymore because they're not companies, but, you know, back in the day there were.
Can't imagine actually being that dude and thinking like this all the time. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know what you think about his statement regarding Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft and all that. And thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed my coverage, please consider liking or subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
What is a parody?
Oh no. Oh no.
According to the dictionary,
I need to watch this fucking video. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently somebody actually played all the way through Dustborn.
So here,
and I just haven't had the I haven't had the willpower to watch the entire thing. Let me go ahead and link you the video. I saw this Ubisoft thing, but I didn't really know what to expect out of it. Oh my god, it's just as cringe and annoying as I would have ever imagined. It's just, it's more cringe than I would have imagined. I didn't think that this person would go out on a soapbox and act like they were a revolutionary by making a video game that culturally appropriated, like, you know, like Japanese cultural icons from like a mass killing. Like, I didn't expect them to do. I didn't expect them to reveal that high of a power level of delusion. Always lecturing, yeah, always lecturing. It's crazy. As a French Canadian, I'm truly sorry, man. Yeah, you need to be. I'm gonna be real. Like, there's, you know what? I don't know what the fuck they're doing up there. Yeah, what is it? Excuse me. Hey. You know, it's a game about a stage in history that involved 99% Japanese men. Yeah, I guess so, right? And it's not delusion, it's evil. I don't think it's evil, right? It's just that I don't really agree with it, and I think it's bad. I don't even think that these people are evil. I just think that they're dumb and self-absorbed. I really don't think they're, like, bad people. I don't think that they're, like, evil. I don't think they're trying to, like, destroy the world. I just think that all they're doing is trying to take advantage of a... let me think of a way to put it. They're trying to take advantage of a type of like thinking and just go and, you know, put themselves out there and look like they're a good person. That's basically about it. Willfully ignorant? Yeah, exactly. Let the release of the game and see what it's like. They already had the courage to postpone the release. They released amazing games in the past. People are coping because of 2 bad releases. Is it only been 2 bad releases? I feel like... I'm going to be real. I feel like it's been way more than 2 bad releases. It's been a lot. Let me see. I'll look at a few other things here before I get into it. Chatter's the one coping. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of a cope as well. Like, personally, I think what's going to end up happening is that, like, people are just being generally, like, fatigued from being talked down to. And I think that's, like, kind of what's happening with a lot of things, is that the average person just doesn't want to be talked down to and like or patronized or something like that. Yeah, it's also tiresome. Yeah, there you go. But I'm not sure exactly how it'll evolve and everything that's going to happen. People said Path of Exile put out a new video. Let me see if I can take a look at this. Holy shit. It's a 32-minute video. Oh my god. Jesus. Yeah, I probably will watch this. I'm not going to watch it right now, but, you know, I'll watch it at some point. Please watch. Hey. We will watch it. We are going to watch it, but I'm just not going to watch it right now. Are you okay with the developer pushing back or will release multiple times so long as it published a strong product? So do you think it should make the timeline regardless? I think that there's a point where you meet in the middle. Like, almost every single video game gets released on some spectrum of an MVP, right? Which is a minimum viable product, where a lot of games get released and they're not maybe entirely finished, but they're, like, almost all finished. Like, I even remember when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, people said that, like, I think the last act in that game wasn't as fleshed out as, like, the first act or, like, the first and second acts. So I think even in terms of, like, really well-received releases and, like, really big games, things like, for example, like Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls 1, it's really no secret that the second half of the game is really kind of undercooked compared to the first half, right? And especially whenever you get into, like, Lost Izalith and, like, the catacombs and stuff like that, it's really not as well designed. Like Wukong, yeah. And so I think that you should always delay a game in order for it to actually be good, but it doesn't have to be perfect when it gets released. There are games like, for example, like, and Baldur's Gate 3 is a good example of this. There are games that, like, you can release and then add updates to them, like, later on, and it will be okay. Yeah, there's a window of acceptability, and I'm just being honest here. I think that everybody knows that. Only Izalith, everything else was good? Really? I didn't think that, like, the old, I forgot what, not old Anor Londo, the old area that, like, where the ghosts are at, I didn't think that was a really great area. But I think that the first half of Dark Souls 1 is there is no video game experience that's better than that. There are equivalent experiences, but there's nothing that's better. New Londo, yeah, New Londo Ruin. That's what I thought. It's been a long time, so I wasn't really entirely sure. So, yeah. And I think also, like, so there's some games, like, here's another example of a game that took way too long in order to release, which was New World. So New World got delayed by over a year, And I think that by that happening, it ended up damaging the game in a very big way. I think that if New World had released earlier and they had just been more proactive with listening to player feedback and actually just implementing player feedback, I think New World would be in a much better state than it is now. Because by the time New World got released, like New World was released in, it was like, I think it was October or September of 2021. And at that point, like a lot of people like WoW had started to already turn around. It was like better at that point. Final Fantasy 14 had like experienced a huge population boom. And then everybody was just playing those two games. But if New World had released the year before then, which is what their original plan was, they would have had a much stronger position in the MMO market. But the problem is that a lot of these games don't actually listen to player feedback until it's too late. And that's the big issue. And like if you contrast this with Path of Exile, for example, like Path of Exile has made a number of decisions that are like, these are like virtuoso level, like game design decisions. I think that the best example that I can give of that is the instilling orbs that PoE had. Like PoE basically had this huge problem that what ended up happening was that everybody kept basically making macros to press every flask. So PoE effectively added in a currency and a system that automates flasking based off of different thresholds and activation requirements. And so I thought that was a huge, huge, huge positive. And like, that's what game developers need to do. Yeah, pianoing the flask, right? And it was always annoying because you'd want to do all 5 flasks, but generally you have 4 fingers, so it's like, oh fuck, you're gonna miss one, right? So yeah. Affinity tabs, exactly. You're talking about desert maps being introduced at the end of games. First maps always seem more detailed and thought out. Yeah, in a lot of cases, I think that's true. What do you think that we should do for this guy? Maybe a free PC? What's this? PC build. I told my wife that I want a divorce and she threw my PC out the window. Oh my God. Well, the funny thing about this is that now this guy knows he made the right decision. You know, he's never going to be laying in bed like 20 years. Yeah, we probably should give this guy a PC or something, right? Yeah, I got to help this dude out. This is bad, bro. Especially now. Especially now. After, like, there are so many crazy good games that are out right now. To lose your PC at this point with, like, how many good games are out, this is bad. It's real, real bad. Help him get a PC. Yeah, give him a Starforge or something, man. This would be fucking funny. Yeah, no, I do hope to, like, eventually I'll probably do a PC rating stream. My plan is that I want to do one. Why don't we try to do one the first week of December? Maybe, like, a few days before PoE 2 comes out. And we can do, like, a PC rating stream. And I can put up, like, so I'm going to try to get... This is, like, what my plan is right now, is I'm probably going to get the channel partnered pretty soon. And when I get the channel partnered, I'll be able to get, like, the money from the channel. And we are looking, by the way, I'm just going to be totally honest with you guys. We are 100% looking for sponsors. So if you want to give me money so I can put on events, we will tell people to buy your thing. So if you want to contact one of my mods, we'll take small sponsors, big sponsors. We'll do almost anything unless it's crypto, right? I don't want to do crypto sponsors. Sponsors where? Well, no, here's the thing. Is that, yeah, just DM me. Yeah, and so give us money. Well, if you give us money, we'll promote your product, right? It's really simple. And, or do whatever you want. And recommended, what's this here? On January after Christmas for the PC review stream? Yeah, we'll see what happens. Are the PC ratings going to be by performance or by looks? I have a system. I will not reveal the system. Because revealing the system will give people the ability to take advantage of the system. I have a system. I have everything planned out. I know exactly what's going to happen. Everything is planned out from start to finish. So I think probably at the start of next month or so, When does PoE 2 start? When does it actually come out? I'm trying to remember. Can us mods enter? Can mods enter the PC competition? Yes. I think. I'm trying to think about it. Because I would have to... So it would have to be anonymous and would have to be before I explained how the rating was going to go. Right? Yes, they work hard. No, I would want them to be able to be part of it, right? I just would have to think about it. I won't participate so I can know the rules. Yeah. So I'd really have to think about it and figure it out. Mods enter before ratings. That's what I would have to do. But, like, I'm not really sure. The criterion is how close does it get to a Starforge PC? Yeah, you won't get rigged. You won't beat rigged allegations anyway. Yeah, well, I'm going to have a composition of, like, viewer voting and judge voting. And I'm probably going to make it, like, 60-40, where, like, we'll have 3 judges, and each judge is, like, 20% of the vote, and then the other remaining 40% of the vote is based off of, like, viewer feedback. Want to make a separate competition between mods? That would be interesting, right? To have, like, a separate category. I don't know if 5% sponsor investment goes to them. Oh, it depends on how many sponsors we get. I just can't guarantee what that's going to be, right? But either way, this is fucking crazy. This, bro, this crazy bitch threw his computer down the fucking stairs. Out the window. Oh my God. Jesus. Can you confirm? Yeah, I can confirm you made the right choice. Yeah, fucking exactly. Well, add that to your case file to give more evidence of why you want a divorce later in your favor. Exactly, bro. Like, this is like evidence of violence. Bro, this guy, like, this girl totally fucked herself over. Exactly. Get a bigger computer next time. Yeah, no, this is a huge thing. I'm not really surprised. Mine just stopped talking to me? Yeah, there you go. Do you not have any plans to play the new COD? No, I don't really think so. Like, I'm interested kind of in playing Call of Duty, but the problem is that I have so many other games that I want to play instead. And also, like, this is another thing that I try to talk about, is that I really like playing games to completion. I don't like playing games partially and, like, going halfway through and then stopping the game. I like actually beating a game and going all the way with it. Like, for example, like with Core Keeper, I ended up beating all of the content in Core Keeper. I did everything in Core Keeper. So Witcher, well, no. And like, I look back on those games as a, like, I fucked up, right? Oh, I should have done this more, but I didn't. So I think in a lot of cases, like, I do try to play games to completion for that reason. Are you ever coming back to Lost Ark? Am I coming back to Lost Ark? Not yet. Yeah. Not yet. That's about it. A job is sick? Yeah, that's what I would say. Can you get me a job? Yeah, I don't know about that, right? Almost 300 in Core Keeper? Yeah, no, well, a lot, to be fair, guys, a lot of these games I left on overnight. So, like, I haven't really played them that much, but I have played them a lot. Not finishing Cyberpunk is criminal? Yeah, I have, like, a real-life friend. Like, we went to, like, you know, high school, middle school, everything together. And, like, he's played through Cyberpunk. Like, it's so funny because I would talk to him about gaming. And, like, he would be like, yeah, so right now I'm playing the Elden Ring DLC. I'm playing Baldur's Gate on the weekends with my dad and my brothers. And I got done replaying Cyberpunk recently. And it's like, this dude, like, he doesn't even know what gacha games are. Like, he's like, yeah, gotcha. So wait, you have to pay money to get, well, why would you play that? That's stupid. Why wouldn't you just play Elden Ring? And I'm like thinking to him, and I'm like, wait a minute. Am I fucking retarded? Because, like, yeah, that's so stupid. Why would I even do this? Yeah, thinking to him. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, this is the guy, like, he'd bring over his Xbox and we'd play, like, Halo LAN parties and stuff like that, right? Oh, man. Ignorance is pure bliss? I guess so. Would you try out Fear and Hunger? I will. I'm planning on playing Fear and Hunger. I don't know if it would be this week. No. I've got Ashes of Creation this weekend. Maybe in a couple of weeks. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't see why not. And Metal Slug Tactics, I don't know if I've really played that or not. Like, the games that I'm looking at playing right now, so the next games that are kind of on my radar is, I would say number one right now is Ashes of Creation. Because I missed the first 2 weekends. The first weekend because I was banned. The second weekend because I was just... There were a couple of other releases that happened at the same time, and I wanted to focus on those. But the third weekend, I am going to play that. That's what my plan is. We do a stream-friendly version of Fear and Hunger. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be. Disco Elysium would be sick. I feel like... So, the way I want to do a lot of games, like, for example, like Metaphor ReFantagio, this game really isn't that great of a game for, like, stream content. But what I want to do with Metaphor is what I did with a lot of other games, and I've started doing this more. Like, my playthrough of Metaphor for, like, my first day, this was an incredibly popular video. Like, a 500, like, a 500,000 view, effectively VOD, is, like, fucking insane. And so, I will play these games, but I don't want to promise that I will play the game to completion on stream. Because I like being able to, like, sit back and, like, really immerse myself and play the experience myself. Nobody expect you to play this? Yeah. Do you plan on playing Warframe? Maybe, but to be honest, Warframe is kind of off-putting to me with its graphical style. I do. I find it to be, like, kind of off-putting. Most complicated video game ever made? Or is it... I bet this is probably fucking Eve. Yeah. Asmon weighing in on voting. Oh boy, what is this? Stream highlights. Based. As like I don't think you should get banned for questioning the election. However, what is this? I also don't think you should be taken seriously either. Like, I think it's just stupid, right?
This is from yesterday.
My mom would, like, go on and on and on about how the election was stolen. I always thought it was... I remember whenever she had, like, a realization, and she would, like, always show me QAnon posts, and I was like, how many times do they have to tell you 2 weeks for you to believe that it's not actually going to be 2 weeks? And I remember she was cooking, and she had, like, her oven mitt, and she just... I think that she's like, yeah. Yeah, it's really something. That story, yeah. She was cooking, yeah. It was total bullshit, right? I'm gonna be honest. I did. I thought it was total bullshit. All the evidence I've ever seen, complete bullshit. And to be fair, the only evidence that I've really seen of anybody trying to rig things is fucking Trump last time, right? Saying, find me votes? Where the fuck are you gonna find? I wonder... You guys have to admit that, like, if Trump loses, in the short term, it will be way better content. Like, in the long term, Trump winning will probably be better content because he gets to be president. But in the short term, leading up to, like, the transfer of power, it's going to be fucking insane. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, January 6th, part 2. Yeah. They'll try to rig it again. I don't, I think that the elections are rigged. But I don't think that they're rigged in the way that people think that they're rigged. Like, people think the elections are rigged in, like, stupid ways. But there's, like, these really obvious ways, like gerrymandering, for example, where it's rigged. It's obviously rigged. You just look at it and it's rigged. So it's weird that the actual instances of, like, voter and, like, vote suppression and vote rigging, nobody talks about them. But everybody is instead talking about, like, these fake things. Yeah, it's legally rigged. Yeah, exactly. They're not even requesting IDs in some states. Oh, I think you should need an ID to vote. I think if you're too dumb to figure out how to get a state ID, you're also too dumb to decide who should be president. Sorry. That's my opinion. And, yeah. That's it. I cannot imagine a person... Like, how do you think people don't have a state ID? Tons of people have state IDs. What do you mean? No ID voting is crazy? Yeah, I think so. You can't vote without ID? I don't know. But, like, in that conversation, I think that you should have to present ID to have to vote. Yeah, 100%. You're for sure right on gerrymandering. Voter ID should be required. However, Biden bump in the graph where they magically found 300 ballots is sus at best. So the Biden bump in the graph where they magically found 300 ballots, I don't find that to be sus at all. Am I crazy? I remember when it happened, I was like, oh, well, they probably just hadn't got the report from this area yet. Like, I don't know. I think that's like super like normal. Yeah, at 2 a.m. Yeah, they probably wanted to certify and figure out that they had the numbers before they sent them in. I don't know. I'm just like, 300K? No, that's what I said. I said 300K. I know it was 300K because it was like that graph where it's like the red and then like the blue one that goes up and like that. Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I really, to me, like if I think about how the process of reporting votes would work, that would make sense to me inside of the process, that at least like to the way that I understand it. I mean, hey, it's possible that it was rigged. I just don't think there's enough evidence for it. That's all. Sure. I think it's too much benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I feel like it's not even benefit of the doubt. It's common sense that something like that would happen. What do you think about mandatory voting? I think it's a terrible idea. But it only happens once ever and to Biden. I feel like in a lot of elections, there are anomalies that happen all the time. Like, like Truman, they announced that the person who was running against Truman actually won the election, and it turned out that Truman won. And then there was like the whole hanging Chad controversy with Al Gore versus Bush in 2000. And then let me think about some other like interesting ones. Bush versus Gore in Florida. Yeah, exactly. And so like, I feel like if we actually look at elections and we see like, because these are like, it's like such a high stakes environment. People are trying to use any advantage that they can to like get ahead. So whenever you really look at it, I actually think that there are like crazy circumstances that happen in almost every single election. I'm trying to think about like in 2016, like did anything I feel like the whole Trump thing in general in 2016 was crazy. Clinton popular vote? Yeah, exactly. Stop reading the low IQ comments. Well, I'm not reading it. I'm just saying that like, that's just the way that I see it. If all the media reported on a Hunter Biden laptop, that 100% would have given Trump the 30K votes he needed. I think that counts for sure. Well, we're talking about two separate things. Like, you're trying to tell me that the media is biased. Well, I would have like, you don't need to convince me of that. Everybody knows the media is biased. Yeah, the media is bad. Like, of course. But, like, that's not what we're talking about. Yeah, just because the media is biased doesn't mean that, like, the vote was explicitly rigged by people and, like, making up actual votes. It's totally different. Are you voting? No. No. I don't want a lesser of two evils it. I just don't. Like, I don't really like Trump. I think that Trump didn't deliver what I thought he would deliver in his first term in office. And I think that, in fact, I think he contrived a lot of the like conservative ideals in a way that it will take a very long time to repair. Now, in some ways, he did good things, right? And he had good messaging, but in other ways, he had very bad messaging. And so it's like, you know, obviously a very polarizing person. But yeah, so I wouldn't vote for him again. No. I voted for him in 2016, but I wouldn't do it again. You know, I was like, usually my perspective with voting is that I will always vote for the least establishment candidate, because I don't trust the establishment for voting at all. And I will always vote for chaos because I think the entire system is rigged and it's flawed. That's the way I feel. Straight up. And so I'll always go with the chaos vote. So vote Trump then? You think I should do it again? I don't think so. I don't think he's done enough to earn my vote. I also think that his unquestioning and unwavering loyalty to Israel is very off-putting as well. I really don't like that. And I think that's a big component of like why I don't support him. That's where we all have Washington though. Yeah, I'm not supporting any of them. Yeah. For sure. That's both sides. Yeah, I'm not supporting the other side either. Yeah. I agree with you. Well, I see there's a lot of people that are like, you know, really big, like, you know, Palestine supporters that aren't voting for Kamala Harris. And like, there's like a whole like civil war that's happening with leftists about that. Like, I've been reading about it because I find it very interesting. So like, yeah, no, I know that I'm not alone with that. That's a very cynical take on the system. Yeah, I understand that. And if people don't respect or don't agree with my opinion on it, that's totally fine. I think you should vote how you want to vote. Yeah, don't let me tell you how to vote. Do what you would do. Would you vote for Bernie? If you would I vote for Bernie Sanders? Abso-fucking-lutely. Without a doubt, without any hesitation. Yep. The only reason that I wouldn't vote for Bernie Sanders is because I don't think that he has some of the grit and I don't think he's willing to do things that are in some cases maybe a little bit unethical to get what he wants. So I think he gets pushed around a lot. I think that happened like both times he ran for president. I think he just got totally pushed around. And I thought that was very unfair. And it's like, to a certain extent, like, you kind of let that happen to yourself because they tried to do that to Trump, but like Trump was able to overcome it. So like, I do think that like fundamentally as a leader, that's probably my only criticism of Bernie Sanders. Yeah, he's too nice. Yeah, basically, right? What about Tulsi Gabbard? I don't know enough about her to have an opinion. Bernie's older than Biden, though. Yeah, age was never a factor in which I would decide who to vote for. There's people that get dementia at 60. There's people that don't get dementia at 90. Yeah, I mean, like, I would look at a person's, like, ability and, like, you know, their ability to think and how they speak. What do you think about Elon wanting to remove $2 trillion of government spending? I don't know. I'd have to look at see why and how. I mean, obviously, I think that that's, you know, like, you know, what's my reaction to that, like, at face value? I think that what's going to end up happening is that if Trump wins and then Elon takes over, I think that, because this is what happened with Obama. Like, do you guys remember whenever Obama ran for president in 2008? Like, a lot of us that are, like, maybe, you know, like 30 plus. Obama ran on a lot of really big promises, right? Like, he was going to bring all the troops back home, like marijuana was going to be legal, and like a couple other things that were like really, really big. And then when he became president, those things didn't really happen. I think that, and the same thing with Trump too, right? Or like when Trump took office, a lot of these big changes, like this drain the swamp stuff, didn't really happen. And I think what's going to happen with Trump and Elon getting in there, I think they're going to get in there. And they're going to have, it's like a Dunning-Kruger thing where like, and it's not even their fault. It's that they don't understand all the nuance behind it because they're not, you know, the president and like an advisor to the president. And so based off of like their outsider perspective, let's cut $2 trillion in funding. But when they actually are given all the pieces of the puzzle, it probably won't make that much sense. You see what I'm saying? So I find it to be unlikely that that's actually going to happen. Now, they might cut some, but I don't think they're going to do it even to like half of that. What's happening in Argentina? Yeah, the guy in Argentina. Yeah. I don't know a lot about that, but that's my understanding. The fact that Trump didn't pardon Julian Assange shows the deep state stuff is nonsense. Assange did a lot to expose the deep state. I think that it was also very stupid that Trump didn't pardon Julian Assange, but he also pardoned like a couple of rappers. I think that's like major fucking, that's really, like, that was so stupid. I'm sorry, like, it's just, yeah, Kodak, yeah, like, his friends, like, I'm sorry. The lack of Julian Assange pardoning was a huge L. Yeah. What do you think of Trump's ideas relating to extensive tariffs to other countries? I don't have enough of an economic background to really be able to evaluate that in a way that's accurate. So I don't know. Like, that's really the truth. I'm not sure. Yeah. Remember what he said about the JFK files? He was told not to do it? Yeah, maybe. Trump is pay to play, plain and simple. Yeah, maybe. Do you think they should pardon Snowden, Edward Snowden? Yeah, I think they should. I think that conscientious objectors from government policy and government actions that are immoral, unethical, and damaging to other people, especially in like American interests, I think that those people should not be treated as criminals. And I think it's a huge problem. Yeah, full pardon. Yeah, who the fuck said no? I don't know. Was it taxpayers? Yeah, yeah. Well, we can't make it that big, right? But like in a general sense, I think it's true. Pardon the snitches? Yeah, basically. You mean whistleblowers? Yeah, I do. But anyway, I've got to do the podcast. Obviously, Mondays are short streams for me because I'm going to go and record. Tomorrow is going to be a very big day. Tomorrow, big day. We have the election. Oh my God. That is going to go so fucking crazy. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that. We'll see how everything goes. But otherwise, gentlemen, I'm going to go and probably chill out for a bit and drive on down, do my podcast, and do some other stuff. So yes, huge day tomorrow. We're going to be starting at the usual time, and we're just going to be going all the way through all day. Like, I'll probably get a couple of snacks and everything to make sure that we're, we're cooking the whole time. And yeah. I'm not going to go into the AM. I'm going to probably put a hard stop at like 10 or 11 unless like things are like right on the edge of like some form of resolution. But yeah, that's what my plan is. I'm not going to do like a 15-hour stream, but I'll do a stream for a while. We'll do that and then we'll move on. So yeah, anyway, guys, Trump victory stream. I think he'll win, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. And until tomorrow.